walking through Orchard Park. We want a cornerback that's no snot. Binary visit to the Titans call. Knox Allen that we got them all. 25 draft show. Madden student on today. 25 draft show. Do champions is just, they're just okay. Round one pace is slow. In the draft day trance. With McBean at the helm. It's been a fruitful dance. Trade up, trade down, or summon a ghost. Our anxiety better yield a podcast toast. 25 draft show. Madden student on today. 25 draft show. Do champions is just they're just okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Duke Champions Day 3 draft coverage. I apologize if you guys got here looking for Student and Matt. Sorry to disappoint you. You got me today. And today, the Buffalo Bills, so far, I mean, if you guys, I'm sure, have already been tuning in to the draft. And oh my God, the Chiefs just picked up Jalen Royals. Wow. I really, really don't like the Chiefs. Anyway, the Bills today traded up. He picked up Deion Walker, which I think was a excellent selection. Deion Walker was me and Matt's one of me and Matt's guys. We thought would end up with the Bills this year in the draft at defensive tackle. If you go and watch the guys, you watch his film from 2023. I mean, unbelievable, unfreaking believable. 6'7", 6'6", 340 pounds. Long arms, physical. Just a bit of a high pad level, but I mean, you want a spacey defensive tackle, this is the guy. He's so athletic though, you can move him out to the edge. Played a ton of 5 technique this year, defensive end for Kentucky. The Bills love versatility. This is a versatile pick. So wow, the Chiefs, like, we did have a good draft, but the Chiefs, Josh Simmons in the first round, Omar Norman Lott in the second, 2 picks in the third, Ashton Gillott and Noah Williams. And today they pick up Jalen Royals. So, I mean, they get a running mate for Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. That's a really, really good wide receiver, young group. Norman Lott paired, was a great pass rusher in college this past year. They're pairing him with Chris Jones. This is the stuff, if you're a Bills fan, this is the stuff that nightmares are made out of. So, listen, the Bills have done a great job, but there's been a number of good drafts so far today. So let's see, what else do we have? I know we traded up, and we traded back into 109. Got Deion Walker. So we're at pick 134 now, I believe. Because, pick 134, we're going to be going for a few hours, man. I'll probably get out of you guys' hair. What do you guys think? 3, 4 o'clock? Somewhere around there? But so far, I'm kind of thrilled with the Buffalo Bills draft so far. Take a corner that you need, fastest kid in the draft, Maxwell Harrison, round 1. Round 2, they traded up. Wasn't thrilled with the trade up. Liked the player, didn't love the trade up, but you get TJ Sanders, and in round 3, you get You get Landon Jackson, defensive end, who we spent the Buffalo Bills spent a lot of time getting to know this guy. Uh, they brought him in um, for a top 30. Like they talked to him at the combine, all of these different, like they met with this kid a million times in the offseason. But they bring him in 6'6", 200 and, 50, 260 pounds, 270, somewhere around there. Insanely long arms. Really, really great vertical. Like just the RAS score just through the roof. TJ Sanders, they brought him in as well. Defensive tackle, RAS score through the roof. I don't know what this means for. I don't know if this means anything for Ed Oliver, but if I'm Dwayne Carter, I'm nervous because while Ogunjobi is only on a 1 year deal, those snaps that he was looking forward to getting, he's got to beat out T.J. Sanders for him now at this point. So it's going to be interesting. Very young defensive tackle room after this year. With Ed being 27 around next year, he's gonna. It's gonna be interesting to see how that room shakes out. But ladies and gentlemen, get in the comment section if you can. Let me know what your favorite pick was so far, if you have one. My favorite pick was the corner. I love Deion Walker. I've been, speaking about Deion Walker being a selection for the Bills in this draft since September of 24. So to see it happen is really, really cool. But corner was a big need, and we went out and got a corner. Not the corner that I thought was the best fit for us, but nevertheless, we ended up getting a corner, which is something that we need. So appreciate Brandon Bean for taking care of what we needed. Keeping the main thing, man. Fill that roster out, with the coaching staff get in there and figure it out. Yeah, so let's see who else on the Raiders. What's going on? We missed a couple of picks. Let's see what we got. So the Raiders took Tonka Hemingway. Well, who did the Broncos take? Broncos select Q Robinson, edge rusher from University of Alabama. It's a nice pickup for them. Another speed guy, kind of like Nick Benito, 6'3", 6'2", 250 pounds. Um, Very, very good rusher from the 2 point stance. You know how it is with these Alabama kids though. Like they get one year where they come in and they get to play after sitting behind, better guys that were there the year before. Um, they come in and play and uh when they get their year of production in and then they go to the league. So Shador Sanders is still um he's still on the board. Marcus Imbo is still there. Small Morgan Jr. Yeah. So some of the stories that are trending in this draft, Shador Sanders continues to slide further and further down. Um and not, at this point he's not getting drafted. Okay, the Ravens just traded back into the fourth round. They traded with Tennessee. Well, they traded their pick to Tennessee. Yes, they traded their pick to Tennessee, so that's cool. That's good. They took Darian Porter. Not the running back. I mean, they could be taking the quarterback here. Oh no, no. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. The Titans. It's the Titans. The Titans. Let's see. I don't know what they're going after. Maybe they're going after Restrepo. Maybe they're going to get Cam. What was they going to get? Cam Ward is his slot receiver. That'd be cool. That would be cool. Are the Bills done with defense in its draft? I don't think so. I would say no. I would say that the Bills are probably still going to take um, one more defender. I think you can see a guy like Sean Dolak. Let's see. Oh wow, they took the Stanford receiver, 6 foot. 6 foot. I think he's like 6'6". Ran a 4.41. Elite level athlete. Not really the greatest route runner, and not. I know they didn't say he was 6'1". Yeah, no, he's six. He's six. He's like 6'6". Um, yeah. So Tennessee took uh Tennessee took the guy, the wide receiver from Stanford. Big target, makes a lot of sense. You want to give your rookie quarterback a target downfield that's going to make him right even when he's wrong. I like the selection. Are the Bills done with defense in this draft? No. I think what talent is out there, the Bills that Buffalo should be targeting. I can see the Bills still going for another corner and a linebacker. So for corner, to me, I like a kid out of University of Texas, San Antonio, UTSA. Kid by the name of Zah Frazier, like 6'3", 195 pounds, ran a 4.37. Really, converted wide receiver, converted from wide receiver to corner. I think he's got solid ball skills. He's pretty good and pretty good in zone. He's solid in man as well. Like I think overall he's a really good corner. It's just he played for UTSA, man. That's the issue there. So I think that's the guy I would hope the Bills would go after. And there's one more, Sean Dolak out of Buffalo, one of the best coverage linebackers in college football this past year. So I would definitely like to see them grab Dolak and keep some of that Buffalo talent in house and give him a shot and making the roster. I think if they draft Dolak, that tells you that Phelan Spector is probably on the practice squad. I don't think he makes a team. Um, yeah. Well, Chris, so Andrew, man, if that answers your question, man, I hope it answers your question. If not, just hit me back again. Hit me, baby, one more time. No, just if you have any more questions, definitely throw it up there. Um, Now listen, man, if anybody wants to come on and join me, please don't leave me out here alone. Come on up here. What's up, Chris? Yes. Hold on a second. Close this out. All right. Yeah. Like the project strategy, CB2, Edge, double dip, and DT being did his thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nothing front, man. If you follow me on Twitter, I was borderline crashing out yesterday. I really was. But here we are, being made good on what he needed to do. Yeah, what's up, RJ? RJ, man, you're not gonna I'm good, brother. I'm good. How you doing? But yeah, man, Bean did his thing, man. Everything got taught. Yep, yep. Yeah, listen, I don't know if you guys can see, but hey, listen, coast to coast, this is the pod. Um, pay attention to us, man. I'm not gonna say we know what we're talking about because I got scolded earlier this week about not being really tapped in when it comes to what's going on in the NFL or what's going on with the Buffalo Bills. But, you know, some of these tapped in people said that the Bills were going to take a linebacker and offensive lineman in the first 3 rounds. And that didn't happen. But you know what did happen? They took a corner, they took a defensive tackle, and a defensive end. You know who said the Bills were going to take a corner, defensive tackle, and a defensive end with their first 3 picks? Yeah, man. Well, I'm not tapped in, so, you know. There you go. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man. It's the truth, man. I appreciate the love, though, RJ. Thank you, man. Mad Max was definitely my favorite pick so far. Yep, mine too. Do you think it's a real possibility that Shador goes undrafted at this point? Yes. Yes, I do. Joshua Farmer. Wow, the Patriots picked up Joshua Farmer too. Listen, I'm not a front man. I don't think Joshua Farmer is that good. I'm sorry. I don't think he's that good. I watched him a ton this offseason. I wasn't impressed. I don't know. He might be good. Listen, I don't know. Don't get me. You know, like I said, man, I'm not tapped in, so I don't know. But I didn't. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of this film at all. Be honest with you. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you know what the Niners are doing though. Like the 49ers have been up. I mean, so far they took 3 defensive tackles. Upton Stout and Nick Martin. Like Nick Martin, I guess they're going for a guy that's a little bit more of a coverage guy, which does make sense. I don't mind that. Um, but where did they go now? Is it receiver? Maybe they go receiver. Nah, they shouldn't go receiver. Maybe they go offensive line. Maybe they go offensive line here. We'll see. But the Patriots just picked up Joshua Farmer, defensive tackle from Florida State. 6'3", 300 and 315 pounds. Uh, this is the crazy thing though. Like 35-inch arms. Like the man can scratch his kneecap standing straight up. Like seriously. Let's see. The 49ers pick is in. Jordan Watkins from Mississippi. He's a receiver. Yeah. Jordan Watkins. It's more like a slot, yeah, slot guy. Um, I mean that's kind of I don't know, like maybe they do have slot receivers down there in with the Niners. Um, but the Niners slots are like small, like they're really small guys. So maybe they just feel like they need a little bit more size. Yeah. So Pats are gonna be uh, Pats are gonna be decent this year. I mean, I guess they'll be all right. They'll be all right. Roy Horton is still on the board. What company is we know that it comes from one extra five one. And round stuff you're with the five keys who are not necessarily beloved in these precincts. And we first on the line to open round five. Say, oh well the barrel here in Green Bay is here wants to have all that barrel. The Vikings pick is in. I don't know who the Vikings are gonna get. That's gonna be. I don't know, bro. We got to see what their offensive line looks like. They got a ton of injuries at. They had a ton of injuries on the defense last year. Um, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Could they be good? Sure, sure they could. Could they stink? Yes, they could still be bad. But at the end of the day, come on, y'all. Who's taking the AFC East. Like what's understood ain't got to be explained, guys. Yes, ego takes connection to the next level. One that was 90 plus times ego power beyond the find an ego within near you. What's that stuff? A ego test. Indigestion. A ego test. Longing. A ego test. It's really combination of words. A ego test helps release. The value pick. Oh, Deion Walker, yeah. Folks, I'm sorry, I'm like to pass like when you walk on the walls, don't let them live. Don't let them live. Now you gotta let them live, man. They're gonna have a shot, man. They're gonna have a shot at it, but I'm sorry, bro. I just don't see. All right, so when I look at this Bills team, I look at it from a roster standpoint versus every other roster, right? Um, Offensive line, we have one of the best in football. I would say we're top five, top three, the top five, whatever. Um, Secondary, I don't think our safeties are that bad. Like Rack's been really good for us, and Bishop played well towards the end of the year. So I don't think I say this. We don't have like Ronnie Lott and Ed Reed back there, but we also don't have like safeties that are going to hurt us in the long term. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be difficult to get them to do a bunch of boneheaded things throughout the season. So you're not going to get a lot of boneheaded mistakes out of them. But at the same time, like, I don't see, either one of our safeties making like a ton of game changing plays. But listen, I also didn't see DeMar Hamlin having like four interceptions last year. So the defensive scheme may dictate those guys to be in positions to make more plays. And I think that they're way more capable of making plays than any other safety duo we've had since, 2022. Cam Jackson, Cam Jackson, a Florida defensive tackle. Well, I mean, I don't care now. Another big dude, 6'6" and some change. 325, 330. Athletic as well. He went to the Panthers. The Panthers got a bunch of big guys, man. Yeah, a bunch of big guys out there. They got Bruce, what's his name? Bruce Brown from the Rams in free agency. So, kudos to them, man. You like what the Panthers have done over the last couple of years in the draft. But where were we? So offensively, like top three quarterback. Like doesn't I argue with your mom. Josh Allen, the reigning league MVP. He should have two or three of those at this point. Um, One of the best quarterbacks, in the NFL right now. It's not there's nothing to argue about there. The running game, we were very, very good rushing attack last year. Obviously, Josh Allen's going to give you, his production. with his ability to scramble and get out there and make plays with his legs. But I thought Ray Davis is extremely effective as a third down back. James Cook and Ray Davis. Did I say Ray Davis? Ty Johnson, third down back. My bad. Ray Davis and James Cook together, they make a nice little they have a nice little duo thing going between those two. I like James Cook how explosive he is. Um, he's a make you miss in a phone booth guy. And then he's got the speed to beat you if you take a poor angle. Even if you take a good angle, he still might get you. But Ray Davis he's the guy that can make you miss. He's also going to lower his head and try to run through you. Um, it's like a little bowling ball sometimes, man. I don't. I'm not saying that our running backs are the best group in the league, but I mean it's not easy to do much better than what we currently have. Wide receivers, this is where it's up in the air. Uh, I thought Keon Coleman had a good year. You ask other Bills fans, they'll say, "Nah, not really." I think Khalil Shakir is a top five slot receiver, like a true slot receiver. I'm not talking about guys who are too slow and can't work on the outside anymore that they throw in the slot. No, guys that are primary, like their primary spot is the slot. They can't play. They are not effective out. They're not as effective outside as they are in the slot. So you're talking about guys like Amon St. Brown. Um, Even though Amon's one of the better receivers, he's definitely a top seven receiver in the league. I would even venture to say he's closer to top five than he is top 10. Um, Hold on, the Ravens just made a selection. I feel like they need a corner though. I feel like they need a corner. Let's see what they got. Well, while we're waiting, we'll get back to the receivers. Yeah, so Khalil Kid, like I like Khalil Kid. He's a dog, bro. Curtis Samuels didn't have a great year last year. Carson Vincent, offensive tackle, Alabama A&M. Wow. Okay. Who did he go to? Another Georgia defensive tackle. Well, let me tell you something. This is off subject to what we were talking about. Yo, if you go to Georgia or Alabama to play football, don't leave. Just stay there. Because at some point you're gonna get on the field for a season. And when you do, it's going to the draft. You're gonna get picked up. Like all these guys are getting picked up. The Vikings trade they traded the pick to Seattle. Okay. All right. Well, they must have back to back picks. I think they had back to back picks. But anyway, where were we? All right, wide receiver. So this is like the weakest area of the team, right? They don't really create a ton of separation. Um, but that's it. Like they still make plays though. Uh Keon, like I said, I thought he had a good year. We brought in Josh Palmer. Josh Palmer was wide receiver 3 for the last few years out there in San Diego, but he's one of the better man to man beaters in the league. This is according to the numbers. I think he was like 8th in the NFL against man last year. So we brought him in, and that's what we got right now. I do expect the Bills to draft at least one wide receiver. Um, yeah, like they're going to take at least one. Which one? I don't know. A lot of guys that I thought we were going to take. My man, he's an Eagles fan. He said, texted me, he says, "How you feeling? Feeling marvelous. Feeling marvelous, brother. See you." He's an Eagles fan. See you in February. demon emoji. Um, so the wide receivers, like say what you want, they don't create a ton of separation, but they do make plays. I do expect that group to be better this year. They said Samuel's healthy. As of right now, as long as Samuel is healthy, you saw what he was able to do against Denver. You saw what he was able to do against the Chiefs. The Chiefs run a lot of man. Denver plays. They play more. They play more like cover two, cover three. Like they play a lot. They play defense kind of the way we do, except they're a 3-4 base. They're an odd front. Oh, Riley Mills, Seattle defensive tackle from Notre Dame. I don't know why he fell. Probably because of the athleticism, but 6'5", 291. Yeah, yeah, that's power, straight power. I don't. You guys are probably not watching. Well, you probably are watching, but you're watching. You'll see, like he is just you one on one. You one on one block this guy. He's taking your interior offensive lineman, and he's working the sled drill. He's going to slide him all the way back into your quarterback's lap. Well, he got a little sack celebration. All right, I like it. I like it. I like that pick, Riley Mills. I like it. We're almost on the clock, folks. Actually, like 40 more picks to go. And on the end of the draft, Greg Zabel, first round, Nicky Minwari, second, Elijah Arroyo, third, Jalen Milrow, fourth. So, yeah, solid pick, man. Solid pick. Dolphins pick is in. Braden Swinson, Kyle McCord are still on the board, folks. What's up? There's a lot of international fans. Loves the pick, bro. Wow. The Dolphins just picked up Jordan Phillips from Maryland. Wow. 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 They're really trying to start like I'm not gonna lie, man. I like what the Dolphins have done. Um, they're really, really, really lining up to stop the run. Uh, so it's, folks. So wow, Grant and Phillips. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Kenneth Grant and Jordan Phillips. Like in the event Zach Sheila goes down, they have another monster in the middle. Jeez. And then out on the edge, you got Chop Robinson, Jalen Phillips, and Bradley Chubb, bro. Like the Dolphins' defensive line is they're cooking down there in Miami, and it's not just because of the heat. They are cooking. They are cooking. Wow, that was a great selection. All right, wide receivers. I'm sorry, folks. We'll just um. The problem last year was beating man coverage. We have a guy that can do it. I'm fine. I think I think the Bills still add another receiver, probably in the draft at some point. A lot of the guys that I wanted are gone. Jalen Royals went to the Chiefs. Jalen Lane was picked up by the Washington Commanders. If you watch Coast to Coast, you would know about some of these guys. Isaac Tesla. Um, he went to the Detroit Lions. Like, first of all, the Detroit Lions, um, we really need to shoot them to fade because they took two prospects that we were targeting for sure. Tommy Williams at 30. Um, and yeah, Tyler Williams and then Isaac Tesla. Tesla, they took him in the third round. They traded up to get him too. It was crazy. But one thing I'm happy about is that the Miami Heat are getting destroyed. They're gonna get swept right out of the playoffs, and it couldn't happen to a better. It couldn't happen to a worse franchise. Uh, they stink, okay, and they've been bad for years. It's just Jimmy Butler was saving them, and now he's not there. So they're in the playoffs. They played themselves out of a lottery selection, which I loved, and now they're about to get swept. So I love that for them. Um, what else? All right. So we talked about wide receiver. The Bills still have a couple more picks. They're gonna get a guy. Don't worry about it. They are gonna get a guy. Still a few guys left. They're gonna get one. One other side of the football, defensive line. Defensive line has been a problem for years. But now you have Gregory Rousseau, aka Groot. Um, we got Ed Oliver, obviously Daquan Jones, who like he's past Unk status, and now he's like borderline cat daddy age. So they needed to get somebody to come in and be the heir apparent to what he's doing to his job at one set. Um, so those are the guys that we have. We also have AJ Epinesa. If you ask Bill fans about AJ Epinesa, a lot of them will tell you, AJ Epinesa, he's not good. Find me another defensive end, number 3 or 4 in the NFL. In the NFL, with 6 sacks or more each year over the last 3 years. I'll wait. Go find that for me. Don't waste your time. You're not gonna find it. It's not there. So AJ's really solid for where he is. They brought in Joey Bosa, and I mean Joey Bosa's he's had a lot of injury plagued seasons, but when he's healthy, he's one of them ones. When I say he's one of them ones, he's going after your quarterback. He does pretty well against the Chiefs. So I love it. So we got a guy coming in. The Brown selection is in. What's the selection, lady? What? Yo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Shador Sanders finally has been drafted. He's going to start. I'm sorry, he might start for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like I know they got Joe Flacco, but who actually have Kenny Pickett? Kenny Pickett, he's terrible. Who else they got? They just drafted Dylan Gabriel. Like, I don't know why they even did that. That was a waste of a pick. Dylan Gabriel was like 6 feet tall, 218 pounds, weak arm. He played in a wide open system at Oregon. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Dylan Gabriel would be an excellent selection for the Miami Dolphins. I think Dylan Gabriel would be an excellent selection for the New Orleans Saints. Like if Dylan Gabriel was going to the Arizona Cardinals, I would understand it. If Dylan Gabriel was going to the Los Angeles Rams, I would get it. If he was going to the Falcons, I would kind of understand it. But well, not really because the Falcons just took Michael Penix. But Dylan Gabriel to the Browns, like I thought that was a dumb pick. They could have like that was dumb. The Jordan's gonna come in there. He's gonna be pissed off. He's probably going to be the best quarterback on that roster, and they're still going to start. They're still going to start. Um, Cat Daddy Joe Flacco. They're definitely going to start him. And we have a special guest. He is a Giants fan. Very, very tapped in with the not a Dick Sanders believer. He's very, very tapped in with the college football with college football. We're gonna bring my guy Gridiron Dre to the stage. And
What's good with you, man?
was man, question:
Mm,
are you
what's
surprised
up?
about Shador getting drafted by the Browns after taking Dylan Gabriel? Because I am.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but when have the Browns ever made sense?
That's a great point.
I'm
That's a
just
great
saying
point.
the
You're right.
Browns do a lot of crazy stuff. So I mean, I don't know, man. I wish him nothing but the best though. I think he could have
I thought it
success
was a
in
good.
Cleveland.
I thought they had a good drive so far. Except for like Dylan Gabriel was a dumb pick. I did not like that at all.
Yeah,
That was not stupid.
I don't like sub 6 foot quarterbacks. Not a big fan. So I was always out on him. But I mean, look, I don't know. Maybe they think one of them gonna be the backup, one gonna be the starter. I don't know. They gotta have
Well,
something
we
in
know
mind.
who the backup is. We know the backup right now is probably like Shador Sanders is quarterback too. Joe
Well,
Flacco is
yeah,
going to
facts.
start. Pickett and Gabriel. Gabriel's on the practice squad. We know that. That's probably what that is. Gabriel's on the practice squad. He's going to run scout team. That's what it is.
Well,
Wow, I
maybe they
can't
didn't even
believe
think he'll be there. Mhm.
you said what?
I said maybe they didn't think they would be able to get Shador this late, and they couldn't pass on it. But then I don't know. If you felt that way, why you take Dylan Gabriel?
Exactly, exactly. And I like the pick though because you have a guy who's insanely accurate. You have a tight end in Njoku who's proven to be able to get open at this level. You know you're gonna run the football. Play action is gonna be important. He can play within the timing of a pro style offense. We know that. And then you have an elite level route runner in Jerry Judy, who he's going to be able to throw the ball to as well. I like it. Did they take? I feel like they took enough. They didn't take any other receivers this year, did they? Let me check.
I'm not sure.
Let me see what the Browns did. NFL draft.
The Browns, you said.
Child.
The
Here we go.
Browns, they took Fannin, but they didn't. They took two running backs in the draft too. Didn't
Yeah, I
they?
mean,
Hold
well,
on.
I get that. I get that.
They got two explosive backs too. I like both of those
Right.
backs.
Me too.
Samson
Me
was my
too.
favorite back in the draft, man. Yeah, no,
Samson got a
that's a
problem
good
though
draft.
with like I'm worried about Samson fumbling. That's the only thing. I'm worried about Samson's fumble. That's all.
I can see that, but I think Samson he had to put that team on his back, and I think he was trying to do too much at times, right? And you know when guys try to do the little bit extra is when they usually get a little more careless with the football because that team ran through him last year. If it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have made playoffs. That might have been the case. You got to reel him in a little bit, but I think he's talented enough to be good at this level.
Yeah. And Junkins, I like the Junkins pick. I like bringing in Fannin to pair with Njoku because now you're going to see a good amount of 12 personnel. Cedric Tillman on the outside, Jerry Judy, as your Y, and yeah, getting the ball out to these tight ends and these running backs. You need an accurate quarterback, somebody who I mean, Shador doesn't have a ton of arm strength. He's not the strongest arm. He is accurate, and he's got enough arm strength to get the ball. I think he's got enough NFL level arm strength to get the ball. To these guys as they get
Yeah,
open. Braden Swinson went to the Pats. Wow, the Patriots are killing it, man. The
That's
Patriots
a
are
good
killing it.
pickup. I
That's
like
a
Brandon
good pickup.
Sanders. He kind of had a breakout year this past year at LSU.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the rebound? Yeah, Will Campbell, Travion Henderson, good pickup. Kyle Williams, good pickup. Jared Wilson, center, good pickup. Craig Woodson, good pickup as well. Joshua Farmer, the Bills are in on him, and Braden Swinson. I know we talked to him as well. So the Bills haven't missed yet, man. They haven't missed yet.
Nah,
They've been pretty good. I mean,
nah, they've
but
been having a
when
good
you're
drive, yeah, for
picking
sure.
top three, top four, you need a lot. So no disrespect. You know what I mean?
Nah, I mean it is what it is, but I feel like we got a lot this year. You
Yeah.
give me
Really, I
Abdul
did.
and Darius Alexander on that defense. It should be an issue for somebody.
Darius Alexander next to Dexter Lawrence, in between, Carter, um, Brian Burns, and Thibodeau, like that. That feels a little unfair. It's almost as bad as actually it's worse, but this is a close second to that. I think is Omar Norman Lott next to Chris Jones. That's ridiculous. Like
Yeah,
that's
definitely
ridiculous.
is. And there's
I
another guy
can't
I'm
believe
eyeing
that.
here soon because we back on the board here soon. I would love to
Yeah.
add Elijah Roberts into that mix too.
No, y'all don't
I
need
don't
a
know
lot
if they're
of
gonna do
bro.
it, but
Yeah.
I would love to
That's
add Elijah Roberts as kind of that strong side defensive end.
mhm.
Yeah,
Extremely
I would love
physical.
that.
He's a nice change of pace from the guys that you got on the roster right now. Definitely a big edge setting, powerful pocket pusher. An edge setting, run defending defensive end that is going to use power to win. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be a nice pickup. I mean, it's going to be a nice pickup for whoever gets him. Let's see what the
Yeah,
Rams
it's a
take.
lot of talent on the board. Like I'm looking
Still,
at this
yeah,
board. This board
yeah,
is still crazy. Mm,
yeah.
A lot of guys
Can't
I didn't
believe Tony
expect to be
Horton.
there.
Bro, Tony Horton's medicals must have been nuts for teams to pass on him this long.
I mean, I don't know. A lot of these guys, like I didn't expect Damian Martinez to still be available at this point.
DJ
I
Gibbs is
didn't.
still available.
Marcus Bow. I don't, I
Yeah,
was looking at him potentially in the third round. We talking about in the
right.
fifth round. He's still on the board.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is getting kind of crazy.
Jordan
Oh, so
James to San Francisco. It might be a little
yeah,
late on
this
that, but
is
that's a good pickup.
yeah, they've I mean, the 49ers literally rebuilt their defensive line in this draft. They took three
Yeah.
defensive tackles.
Let me go look at that
Who did the
draft real
Rams
quick.
take?
Michael Alfred Collins. Hey, I like Nick Martin too. He wasn't a guy a lot of people was talking about, but I like Nick Martin.
Yeah, Ohio State. Yep, converted
Yeah.
safety. Yeah, very good in
DJ
coverage.
West. Wow. Yeah,
Ty
they having a
Hamilton
great
from
draft.
Ohio State went to the Rams. I guess that's going to be their. I guess that's going to be their Bruce Brown replacement. I guess.
The Niners still have 4 picks in this draft.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Let the
my
Niners
guy
take a.
Andrew Armstrong, if he goes anywhere in this range. He's a guy I like too. I don't know why he doesn't have more hype, but I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Led the SEC. I think he led the SEC in receiving last year. I believe.
And somebody traded up to take his teammate earlier. It took Tesla,
I
who
like
can't catch the
Tesla.
football. He can't catch the football though.
I like Tesla though. Like,
He can't
I mean,
catch though.
athleticism is there. You throw him in a slot. Who comp for him was? Mac
Oh,
Hollins.
okay. But he can't catch though. That's why you didn't hear his name a lot at Arkansas because he was dropping everything.
Yeah, I mean, but the athleticism, and he's gonna give you that special teams gunner. There's a spot
I can
for
see
him.
it. But I'm not trading up for him. I'd rather have Andrew Armstrong.
They traded 3 picks to get up there to get him too. That was crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
I
I
thought you
don't
were
know. I
bugging.
like Armstrong. Mhm.
Yeah,
I
me
don't know what
too.
it is. It might be something with his medicals or something. Something ain't adding up with that because he's talented. He's tall. He runs a
Yeah,
4.3. I don't I don't see what's not adding up with him.
yeah. I don't know, man. We'll hear more about it as the draft. After the draft ends, we'll find out what the Cowboys get. How you feel about your division, though? I think the Commanders did well today.
I mean, hold on. Let me go. Let me take a look at the Commanders because I've been out the house most of the day. I ain't really been. I just got home not too long ago. Let me. I mean, they having a good draft. Yeah, they got Jalen Lane from Virginia Tech today. Yesterday they
Yo,
got Amos. I can't believe Amos fell that far though. That's crazy.
the Cowboys just drafted Jaden Blue.
That's a good pick.
That's a real good pick for them.
And I got Cam Scatterball.
Listen, hold on. Cam Scatterbo is a dog.
He
I
is,
don't,
but
I don't
Dylan
believe
Stinson
he's
was on
going
the
to
board.
be. Yeah, I don't believe he's going to be that good in the pros. I think he's one of those guys that was an elite level college player, and he's going to get to the pros and realize, oh, this is big boy football.
So he's gonna be Toby Gerhardt.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I think so. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I'm hoping he still got some juice left in the tank. I remember that Texas game in the playoffs. He damn near won that
Yep.
game by himself. So I'm hoping he got some in the tank. I don't need him to be a bell cow. I just need him to be part of the rotation with Tyrone Tracy.
What's going on? I think we froze.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
I'm trying to figure it out too. I might have to try to restart this. What the heck? All right, folks. I apologize. I'm gonna have to restart this. We'll be back in a few after we deal with these technical difficulties. Yes. This consent and the fly. This is not about getting a flooding system. This is about you need one the flooding system for us. This
I can
is
still
what
hear
that
you. It's just frozen.
No, this thing wasn't live. Was it live the whole time? Anybody out there? Let me know if this. Oh wow, it really was up this whole time. That's crazy. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. We had some technical difficulties. Um, we try to get our guests back. I'm sorry about that, folks. Like if y'all tuned in, I was right back. Man, my bad. I was ghetto. It's not my fault.
Hey, things happen, man. Things happen. We don't control technology. Uh,
I'm gonna blame the Chiefs. I'm gonna blame the
It's
Chiefs.
always good to blame the Chiefs. It's always the
There you
Chiefs.
go. So
But I got a goat killer again. You know the Ole Miss quarterbacks; those are the goat killers. Well, I got the
yes,
next one. You gotta get it together first. We gonna see.
I'm trying to tell you about Jackson Dart before it was popular. I saw Jackson Dart training with roller skates, avoiding people, with like foam sticks. There was like foam, like them foam sticks where they were swinging them
Mhm.
at him. Yo, he was dodging these. He was dodging them, like dodging people. It was a lot of people too, with on roller skates. I'm like, bro, movement skills like that on skates, you can just do it in the pocket. You know the
What
arm strength is there.
for me is the Florida game. It's hard for me to forget what happened when in that Florida game. 3 straight plays, 3 straight interceptions, and that was a chance for you to take your team to the playoffs. Uh, that's what it was for me. I see the traits. I definitely see why Dayball likes him, right? And I'm
Mhm.
glad he went and got his quarterback because that's what it was for me. Go get your guy. I might have wanted somebody else, but go get the guy you believe in, you have conviction in, the guy you think can develop and be a fit for your system. And that's what we did. Uh, and I
Um,
feel like we done won the draft so far. I'm not gonna lie to you. With
good
that pick
man.
we just made a
Catalog.
few minutes ago, we just got
Who did I
Bo.
get?
We got Bo from Purdue,
Oh,
a
okay, yeah,
guard
the tag.
tackle.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
I'd have taken him in the third round. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I got him in the fifth
Right,
round. I'm happy.
yeah,
Scatterable, it is what it is. But I mean, Abdul Carter, Darius Alexander, and
solid.
Jackson Dart, oh, it's shaping up
And
to be one
listen,
of them
y'all are gonna
drafts,
score a
man.
lot of points. Y'all are gonna score a lot of points because Dayball has a quarterback now. He can like you saw what he did with Josh.
Yeah. No, he worked his magic, so we'll see what happens. I got hope for him. I see the vision though. I'll say that. Mhm. I'm kind of glad he stuck to his guns and took the guy he wanted and didn't succumb to pressure from others. Because a lot of people in the organization wanted Shador, but
Yeah,
he pushed back and said, "No, I want that one. I want Jackson Dart. That's the one that fits what I want to do." So
yeah,
we'll see if
yeah.
it works.
And I saw this. Oh, she's not trying to. Okay. I saw like I saw I saw a report like that. The Dayball said that Shador showed up to a meeting with the Giants that he wasn't prepared for, and some of this stuff for him to be Pittsburgh traded with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs better not pick anybody good because if they do, the Bills are off the hook. But anyway, um,
Dante Trader is the pick. Oh no, that was the
yeah,
Dolphins. That's not a bad
that was
pick.
the Dolphins.
Yeah,
Who are the Chiefs taking?
that's what I want to know.
I feel like they should take a boundary corner, even though they got no.
They're gonna do something sneaky here. That Jalen Rose pickup was great for them.
Yeah. I hate that for us, man.
Yeah, I hate it for the whole league. Jalen Rose is nice.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Y'all took Deion Walker, right?
Yeah, we got Deion Walker.
How you feel about that? Because I done heard good things about him from people that they like him. I done heard people say they out on him.
Yeah. Boston. They got Jeffrey Bosser, bro.
No, man.
The Chiefs got Jeffrey Bosser.
The
Wow.
Chiefs. That's a great pickup. I didn't even think
That's
we
a
would be
great
here at this
pickup.
point.
Me either. That's a great pickup, though.
The way the
Yeah,
draft is shaping up to be, I want to know what UDFA gonna be like later. Because that UDFA gonna go crazy with all the talent
yeah,
that's
like
still available.
these guys that are going in the fifth round of this draft are like they're third round picks. Like these are third round picks.
Yeah,
If these guys got taken, and you know what? People said that about this draft. They said after like the top 7 or 8 guys, once you got to like 10, 11, all the way from 10, 11 to like 60,
yeah,
pretty much similar, talent levels. And then
yeah.
now you see after 60, all the way out to, 130, 140, wherever we are now. I mean, these guys are all these guys, if they were taken in the third round, I would not bat it out. Like if Jaden Blue went in the third round, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's a good pickup.
Yeah. Nah, this is one of those drafts. But I think we could start to see that more often
Elijah
with the
Roberts to the Bucks.
that's a good pick. The Bucks having a good draft too.
They are.
Mhm.
They are.
I feel like almost every team having a good draft. It's a couple out there having bad drafts, but they got bad GMs. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you have a bad draft this year, you got a bad GM. It's
There's so
hard.
much talent.
Yeah,
There's so much talent in this draft. Like there aren't a ton of difference makers in this. There aren't a ton of stars. There aren't a ton of blue chip guys that are going to come to the league and be stars immediately. Like I think Ashton Genty is going to be a star. I think obviously Travis Hunter is going to be a star. Abdul Carter star. Like these are star players. But outside of those guys, maybe Jalen Walker. Maybe James Pierce Jr. is going to be a double-digit sack guy immediately. Mike Green, somebody like that.
I think Jahad Campbell could, and there might be some
Jahad
bias
Campbell
in
could be
there,
a
but
beast.
Jahad
But
Campbell with the Eagles,
where's he gonna? He's not gonna play. They re-signed. They re-signed the old boy that they picked up on a 1 year deal. That made the that was an all pro.
maybe they move him to edge. He was recruited as an edge, and he played edge up until this last year. I think it would be a huge waste of talent to play him just at edge because he can do it all. I feel like, but I don't know. They'll figure it out. They'll have a plan for him.
My homeboy Brad just texted me. Shout out to Brad, man. He said, imagine having 5 quarterbacks on your roster. That's the Browns right now. 5 of them things.
5 of them, and really don't even know who your starter gonna be. Still, that's It's a weird
Yeah,
situation to be in, huh?
I forgot. Totally forgot that they had Deshaun Watson. Totally forgot.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad.
Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, then the ones they drafted today, and Joe Flacco. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Roger Roberts pick up though. I gotta go look at the Bucks draft. Who else did they pick up? Mecca, BMO. They took 2 pointers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, see, they picked
The
up
Chiefs are
David
killing this
Walker.
draft, man.
You
The
said the
Chiefs
Chiefs
are
are
killing
killing
this
the draft.
draft.
Let me go pull up their draft.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the rugged concrete jungle of New York City, by way of Queens, by way of Queens. It's not Nas, okay? It's not Nas. I'm sorry. It's not 50 Cent. We almost had him. It's not Habit. It's not Onyx. It's better. What's good, Tone?
Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good?
What's up, brother?
Hey, nothing, man. Just another day watching this draft. Saw Sanders finally got picked. So that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Yeah. How we feeling though? How we feeling about what we got going on so far?
Well, Bills wise, I'll be honest with you, I still can't bring myself around to like the TJ Sanders thing. Um, we got a plethora of
Is,
three techs. I thought they were gonna give
is it
Carter
the
a fair
player
shake.
or is it the trade up?
I think it's the trade up. The trade up for that player. Like if you were gonna trade up, I thought it would have been for like an Alfred Collins.
Right.
Where a guy I just feel like you could plug and play this year and not have to worry about it, or have him and Daquan, share snaps. But yeah, I don't get the trade for TJ. He would have been there if we would have waited.
Lambert Smith just got picked up by the Chargers. The Chargers added another outside receiver to their team. Oh wow. They took Trey Harris, Omarion Hampton, and DeAndre Lambert Smith. Like they're cooking, man. But I'm gonna bring the other half of the Coast to Coast podcast to the stage right now. My man Beyond 716. Welcome, 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 good brother. How you doing?
What's going on, Whittle? How we feeling? How's everything going?
Um,
Hey, Tony, how you
hey,
doing? What's
Yo,
happening? So how we feeling right now? Whittle, I'm telling you, when I saw Deion Walker got picked, man, I was like, all the talks, how many months have you been talking about Deion Walker?
yeah,
I,
since
I can't even
September, bro. Since
remember
September.
since September. Yes. Oh, that was
but
amazing.
he was talking about Dion like early in the one of the second round picks, so I'm glad it's a little bit more
Yeah.
paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the value. I think the value. Would you agree? The value there was good, right? Fourth
Yeah, the
round.
value's there.
I think about that time. Sure, absolutely.
The man was playing with a bad back, so you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yes.
think that's a
Well,
guy. That's a
listen.
guy. That's a guy. Though you immediately tell him you're only playing one tech. We're not doing anything else with you. Like,
Yep.
He's nice. No, 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 nah. Now that's a versatile piece, man. Bro, I'm telling you, you gotta see him on the edge, bro. That spin move is elite. Spin move's elite, bro. Real quick, we gotta bring in another member of the Bills Mafia Twitter family. This is like I'm glad we have him live, but I'm worried about what's going to happen in the background of his camera because this is a wild individual. All right, this young man Okay, he drinks Hennessy. He eats Sabaro. And you better keep your daughters away from him. Okay, my
especially
man
the
James
daughter,
Thomas. Welcome to the stage, sir.
What's going on,
James.
fellas?
especially if
Fellas,
it's a
James.
big
What's
daughter
up,
too.
James?
You know?
I
what's
need a new
up?
quote. What's up, James?
What's going on?
Good to see you, man.
Happy to be
All
here.
right, I'm glad to see you. Your hands are on a video game controller and not a thigh, so we're in good
yeah,
shape right now.
yeah, yeah. You know,
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
we're in good shape.
we in good
He's
shape.
updated. You've updated Dion Walker on the Bills roster, right? So
You
have
see
you
what
moved
this
that over
is,
now?
right, James?
Yeah,
What is
yeah, yeah,
that,
yeah.
Will? What you drinking?
Yeah. We
This
did.
ain't no soda. This ain't no
Oh, I got.
soda pop,
What you
okay?
got? What you got? What
This
you
ain't no
got?
soda pop, okay?
Okay, okay. I see it. I see it.
If it's brown, I'm down. Okay? If it's brown,
Yep.
I'm down.
Okay. Oh
Spicy
yeah.
Whittle.
Oh okay. My
Spicy
man.
Whittle incoming. He's
My man.
drinking. That's it. Watch out.
Now it's not even about being spicy, but like I said, man, y'all was in the space for the rant earlier. Listen, we get a lot of we're not right all the time, but we're more than we wrong. When it comes to this draft, when it comes to this team, we're right more than we're wrong.
Yeah,
That's the actual reality. Right? That's a real reality. We really are. It is what it is.
You know, and I just want to say, you know, I'm on Twitter and I see Bills fans clamoring for, well, why didn't we take a receiver? The offense was the highest scoring offense in the league at 30 points a game. Like
Fact.
it was all about defense. This draft was all about defense and shoring up the D line, shoring up the CB2, and I still think they could use the safety. This is about defense. We lost in the playoffs because of defense. You know, and like we could point to how at the end of the game, Josh didn't make the right protection call or the certain plays weren't called, passes were dropped, but we gave up 31 points. Had we scored 34 points, we would have gave up 37 points. You know what I mean? And that seems to be the MO. So it was all about defense. So
I agree. I agree. And don't forget,
100%.
We added Jordan Palmer, and Keon's gonna take a next step up. So those, in essence, were our upgrades to offense. They've already been done. So we didn't necessarily need it in the draft. I guess
I'm not feeling how Bills fans are talking about Keon. Like I'm hearing way too many Bills fans talk about Keon like that was the bad pick. Now, granted, I think AD Mitchell would have definitely fit better because we needed a outside X receiver who could separate and win downfield, especially at the third level, and that's AD Mitchell. But um, I think we're good, man. Like, who's this? Oh, Jackson Dart, or whatever. I mean, not whatever. My bad, right? I'm
the
happy for y'all.
Eagles are making a pick now.
Yeah, I'm happy for y'all. No, I think Jackson Dart's a good pickup. Like, I am. But well, I'm trying to tell people when you look at what the Bills want, the Bills prioritize versatility. That's number one.
Mhm.
The Bills prioritize versatility. When you have and versatility is a guy like Deion Walker, who you can play out, you know, wide. You can play him in a wide nine, and he's still gonna win. You can play him at a three technique. He's going to win. You can play him at the one and allow him to two gap. And he's got to learn how to anchor. He's got to learn how to lower his pad level and play with a better anchor. He's probably going to have to put into small Monday. Oh, at this point, do we
You
even need to
lying.
pay
They ain't
attention
take
to who the
Monday.
Eagles take? They
They
did.
took Monday.
They took yes,
Who took Monday?
yes.
So they gotta be thinking about taking that and Dan Jackson at some point later, right? If they got a seventh round pick, it gotta be on the table. I like Dan Jackson though.
Yeah. Don't you want to take every Georgia player that's available?
that's what we were about to do
That's
with
like the
Kentucky
third one this
too.
year.
You go from that.
Wait. The Eagles took a Georgia player. Oh, no,
You know,
shots
from
No
fired.
that
way.
I'm
historic
shocked. I mean, I'm
defense that
shocked,
they
right,
had,
Dion?
7
Yeah.
of the 11 starters are all on the Eagles now. 7 of 11 starters. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yo, speaking of the NFC East, man, that Scatterbo pick for the Giants. That's a nice get. I like that. Big
Ah,
fan of
I'm
Scatterbo.
not
that's
high
probably
on him.
my least favorite pick of the draft so far for us.
Yeah, I'm a big
Yeah, I'm
fan.
not high on him.
It is what it is. I mean, I can
Yeah,
see
I'm
it
not crazy.
as a compliment.
I think it was an okay pick.
Oh, we
He
got
a
we
good
got 3
player.
picks coming in the
Yeah,
next 8.
three out of 8. So what do we think we doing? What are we doing here, guys? I
One
say
of these needs to probably be a receiver. I think. I don't
Safety
even know what
receiver.
receivers are left.
Well, let's see. Our guy Jalen Lane is gone, right? Whittle? He's not there
Yeah.
anymore. Um,
Everybody I like
Noel is
is
gone
gone.
too.
Yep.
I still think they go
Everybody
safety
I
with
like
one of
is
these.
gone.
They go for safety for one of these. I don't know who's available though.
I wanted to get you guys the one thing about the Landon Jackson, or who do we take in the third round?
Landon Jackson.
The,
Yeah, Landon Jackson. Yep.
would you guys have liked to see Xavier Watts there instead? Because I couldn't believe Xavier
No,
Watts was still there. No,
no.
you're okay with
I
that?
like the Landon Jackson pick, bro. I do like the pick. I just my issue was not that we were addressing other areas of the defensive line. I just didn't like the fact that we took we traded up to take a defensive tackle, and we didn't take a one technique. Now we got Keon. I'm good because I think Keon is going to eventually be an elite level player across the defensive line.
Mhm.
But all right, so listen, I'm looking at available wide receivers. Okay, Isaiah Bond's still there. I don't think we take him. Boo McCoy is there. I don't know if we take him either. Nick Nash is available, but he's like 27. Hmm. Ricky White. Ricky White's available. Sam Brown, another burner from Miami. Ja'Cory Brooks transferred from Alabama. Really good player. He didn't have a great year though. Rock Taylor, big 6'2", 230, 213, excuse me, outside X receiver. Solid prospect. Um
I think we
Kershaw
need to take a
Holden is there?
chance on. I think we need to take a chance on Isaiah Bond, bro.
How about
Nah,
Chris Tyree?
I don't know,
he's
dog.
not gonna. He's not
I
gonna
don't
be able to
know,
play.
You
man.
don't want Isaiah Bond for real.
That's too much
All right.
drama. Dog.
Yeah.
You don't need that. That's not the type of team that culture they built. You know.
Yeah, I know, but still,
How
man. I
about
mean,
You
Dante?
should,
How about
Man,
Dante?
Isaiah Bond. I see you a fellow Alabama fan, so you know Isaiah Bond right after the
oh no,
playoff
no, no, no,
game
no, 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 no,
asked
no.
about how much money they was gonna pay him to stay for the next year. Right after we lost the
No,
Hey, wait a
game.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I don't want that type of person
no.
in my locker room. I'm just saying.
James, James, we need to have a conversation.
Oh no, no. See, no. I'm an LSU fan. Yeah, I
James,
get.
we need to have
Oh,
this
Wait
type
a
of
wait.
minute.
conversation.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah,
hold on.
Wait
Time
a
out.
minute.
Time out. Time out.
What?
LSU.
How
What?
you,
All right, let's go.
James?
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get this warrant drawn up right now. James, you're under arrest. You are an LSU fan
I
wearing
know.
Crimson Tide
Yes.
football
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
James.
Wait
Listen,
a
You,
minute.
James, you know what that's like? That's like me
I'm
wearing a
washing
Boston
clothes right
Celtics
now.
shirt.
I'm washing clothes right now.
But
And
why
this
do
Why do
is
you
you
own
own
it?
that?
real
That's
That's
quick.
like me having a Jets. That's like me having a Jets
Say go
T-shirt.
Bills.
What's
Go
up?
Bills. Say go
What's up,
Bills. Go Bills.
Tom Jr.?
There you go. Go
Hey,
ahead.
how you
Go.
doing?
Go. He was bothering me to say hi. All right, go ahead.
Hey, Whittle, that's like me wearing a Boston Celtics shirt.
Wait a minute. What
oh
we doing
man,
here? Why do you own a Bama t-shirt?
that's bad. That's bad. But yeah, I'm in the middle of washing clothes right now, bro. So
But why do
James,
you own
James,
a shirt?
James. That you
Why do
see,
you own that shirt?
you know what,
this
James?
I'm
actually
not. I
was
don't. I look. I don't own no LSU gear. Like I don't care how many clothes I'm washing. You never gonna catch me in a LSU
Yeah,
t-shirt.
James, there are other options for the laundry besides that.
It
Wow.
is.
You got to
It
have
is.
something. You just got to rewear something and just,
Yeah.
you can't be
Yeah.
going for that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I guess he figured it was easier to root for Bama than against them because we got more wins in their stadium than they got all
Oh,
time in
see.
series
Oh,
wins.
okay.
Oh wow.
I did, yeah.
Wow. Tom, you see what he has in his
That,
hand, right?
that's
And I
a
don't
that's
know why he has it.
man, what?
I
Hey,
see you have a PlayStation controller in your hand, and I don't
I
understand
do.
why you have a
I do.
controller in your hand. You're not
Oh,
good at these games, okay?
I'm not. I'm not. Mm.
No, you can
Yo,
spank regularly. Remember that.
oh
That
wow.
that that sounds like
Hey,
a
what up?
challenge for me.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. Jarek, you gotta put your it says they will need to connect their mic cam
Oh,
before
hold
you
on.
can add them
Derek
to the
finna come.
stream.
Oh, I definitely gotta change my shirt down. Hold on.
Nah,
No,
nah,
no,
don't
no,
change, don't
no, no, no,
change
Derek,
now.
no, don't you go
No,
anywhere.
we done
You
already
stay
seen
right
you.
there.
Boo.
That's the James that be hosting the
Uh,
spaces, right?
watch
Yep, that's the
James
James will be hosting the spaces. That's
Mm-mm-mm.
crazy.
Yo, if she ain't 280, she
Imagine,
ain't a lady. That's what James would say. So
I mean, yeah, man, you
Imagine
gotta
if
be
James
two
comes
something.
back.
You gotta be
Imagine
two
if,
something to do something.
imagine if James comes back with a Celtic shirt on.
Mm.
That would be incredible. By the way.
I just know I don't own any LSU merchandise. But
And you will not find me with a Boston Red Sox anything, a New York Knicks anything, a Los Angeles Lakers
Oh, come on,
anything,
Whittle.
a
Knicks is
I
Jets,
mean, the Knicks is
Patriots,
all right.
we got to
Chiefs,
get you on the Knicks, Whittle.
Dolphins, anything, nothing,
yeah,
nothing.
that's like me representing Brooklyn. It just doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
yeah, that shirt was given.
Can't
That
do it.
shirt was given to me by my ex father-in-law.
James, that was the
So,
quickest change ever.
So now
James,
you're
yeah.
gonna put the Josh Allen on. Listen,
James,
you
that was the
already
You
committed
quickest
could
the
have
change
put
crime.
that
ever.
on
All
off the
right, like
jump.
You commit the crime, you do the time. Okay, the jury has
you
spoken.
already committed the crime, brother.
Yeah,
We can't unsee
we,
that.
we we just gonna keep that between us. That
Nah,
this
I'm gonna
this
remind
doesn't
you of
count.
that during football
Between us
season.
and our
I need you to know that.
382 listeners right now.
And
Especially
there's
game
actual
week. I'm
300. There's
definitely gonna
almost
remind
nearly
you game
400
week.
people watching
Look,
this right now, like
Whittle,
oh
straight
Whittle,
live.
damn,
Whittle,
now you tell
Whittle,
me. Okay, yeah,
Whittle.
that's
We should
great.
have screen captured. We should have screen
Yeah,
captured James in that Roll Tide shirt. That could have been an avatar right there.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
you
Don't
can go
worry, this
back
is
and cut the
recorded.
clip up.
This is recorded.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it. We
go back
have
and
this.
cut the
This is
clip.
not. It's not going anywhere. These are not
Wow.
allegations that you can avoid.
Yeah, you're
These are
right.
tough ones. These are tough
You're
ones,
right.
man.
Now,
These are
now, James, for the right price, I can probably make this go away. And you know
For
what
the
the right price is, right?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Oh man.
I think I have an idea what the price is gonna be.
Yeah, my good brother. I'm not gonna put your business out there on the streets, but let's be clear. Uh, you know,
Right,
oh,
right.
Tone. It looks like Tone has a. Is that a? Oh, I thought it was a controller. I thought Tone had a
No, no,
controller in
no,
his hand.
mama.
Oh, okay. So Bill. Okay, all right. Bill's gear everywhere. Okay, all right. That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
you.
We
Yo. God first, Bill second. That's how it goes in these streets. You know what I mean?
That's it,
Fact,
man.
there you go.
fact.
That's what I like to
Yeah,
hear.
I like
No
that.
Dang.
self-respect unless you Tiger would ever have Alabama gear on.
Listen,
No, he
James,
wouldn't.
I still
I,
can't. I can't unsee that.
I
I really
wasn't
can't.
thinking before I hopped on the live stream. I wasn't thinking. Uh, you know,
Oh man.
Hey, yo, Widow. If
The
you want later
Steelers
on,
took
yo, we can put
Yaya
in some
Black.
work. By the way,
Huh?
we could put in some work later, man. I need my revenge back on that NCAA. You heard?
Oh man, yeah. No doubt, brother. Yeah, I got you, man. You know, I think I got a new team. I was playing with Missouri,
Ooh.
not too long ago, and that was it was pretty solid. Yeah, they
Widow,
pretty
I
did you
just
solid,
share
man.
this into the other group chat? The other group chat, or you just put this in the Bills Monster?
I'm playing in the other one too. Who shit? Oh, there he is.
I just learned that I'm a diehard Kentucky fan, so there that goes. You know what I mean?
Oh well, I feel bad for you.
Might as well be. You know what? Yeah, came to Kentucky just so we can get Dion and Max out here in space. And don't forget, they got a burner at wide receiver. He's going to get a lot of action when I play. He gets a lot of action. What's up, Jared?
Hey, Jared.
Yeah, I definitely had to go because I forgot Jared, Alabama fan.
Yeah, I still think we
Nah, I'm
go
gonna
safety.
remind you of that during football season. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I think they only keeping Damar Hamlin around for that Christmas movie. You know, but they're not married to playing.
That's crazy. I don't know. That's just some weird stuff.
Still a lot of talent on the board. It's kind of crazy how much talent is still available.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is a
You're
good
gonna get
job.
So James,
guys that might
you're a
you're
Bama
gonna get
fan?
guys that can compete for a starting job in the 6th round.
Like I like JJ
Orlando
Green.
Gasson. Yo,
Gatson.
Orlando Gasson to the Chargers.
Dude, the
Gaston,
Chargers
that's
are
a
just
good
the
pick.
Chargers are killing this draft, Little. The Chargers are
the Chargers doing all that for Herbert to throw 5 picks in the playoffs. Crazy.
Wow.
wow. It's
I
Mo, baby.
mean, maybe not, man. I mean, I gotta think, while Devin Neal's still on the board,
Is
When
the
the
I
safety
make
from
Sharper
Penn
sure
still
State?
here.
The safety from Penn State still on the board?
Which
Winston
one?
Jr. Oh no,
Winston
No,
Jr.
Jalen.
I think
Winston's gone already.
No,
Are you talking about Jalen
Jalen
Reed?
Reed is still there.
Reed,
Jalen
He's
Reed,
still
Reed.
yeah,
there.
Reed.
I'd
Jalen
love
Reed.
to
R.J.
take.
Mickens is still
Yeah,
there.
I'd
Dan
love to take
Jackson.
Jalen Reed.
Well, Dan Jackson's probably going to the Eagles. Elijah Clark's still
The
there
Eagles,
too.
the Eagles, the
Safety.
Eagles have 22 Alabama and Georgia players combined. That's insane.
So
Number one corner.
is this running back class overrated now? Like for what we're
No,
seeing?
I think so. I
I'm
just
saying
think
as
that
far
they're.
as how we
It's
value the
pretty
guys
good.
compared to how
I think it's a
the
money
league
thing.
actually values the guys.
Probably a
I
money
think we
thing.
undervalue the. I think we undervalue the talent outside of the first 3 rounds in these other position groups. Trey Horton just went to the Seahawks. That's a good pickup for
Oh,
them.
did the
I think we
Cowboys
were looking.
draft Blue out of
I was
Texas?
kind of hoping we would get him, Little.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I do not think the Buffalo Bills are going to get a wide receiver.
Oh, I think we're getting Isaiah Bond,
I
Little.
said it. Like it just. Right?
You don't want
I think
Isaiah
we all
Bond.
three.
No, we better not be getting Isaiah. Like, make sure he's at UF.
Let him know. Let him know. You don't want that
We're gonna
man.
take 2 players with most penetration.
I'm gonna tell you who you're gonna take. Andrew Armstrong.
I don't think I don't think we have a place for him to play though. That's the problem.
You'll figure it out.
We
Your
got Jordan
talent is
Palmer.
good.
Joshua Palmer. He's probably going to be the
You,
Y. Keanu play X
and
or vice versa.
you got Samuel and Shakir and Kincaid. It needs to take a step up. You got we still run
Yeah.
12 personnel. So to me, a wide receiver just isn't there to be a need. I think they believe Samuel could take that next step. And Palmer's supposed to be an efficient route runner. So see. But to me, I
What
think
we got
safety
3
might
picks
be
left?
Three,
no 3 and a fifth. Oh,
five,
Cubs, yeah.
We
five.
got 4
We
picks.
have 5 picks in total.
I think
Five picks left.
You got 5 picks
Bean's got a
left?
punt. Bean's got to trade one for 26.
Three.
Yeah,
We got 3 and a
yeah.
fifth, 6 and 1 and 6,
Yeah.
1 and 7.
We got
I'm
to trade
surprised we
one
didn't
of
try to
6 for
do that one more time.
26.
Oh,
I
we
would
got
punt
2
out.
6.
Oh, so we got 6 picks left.
Yeah.
I'd punt
I,
out.
it
I'd
said we
punt
got 4.
26.
I'm looking at it now.
Well, we have three
Yeah.
and we have
We
3
have
fifths.
4
No,
picks.
or did we trade one? No.
Oh, 5. Oh, yo, you're right. 5. Yikes. 2 fifths, 2 6.
I think we take a linebacker here, Whittle. The next 3 picks.
Yeah. One of these picks is going to be
Bro, the
I'm gonna
Eagles
give
got
you the
okay.
next 3 picks. I'm gonna
Never
give you
mind.
the next 3 picks.
I thought it was another Georgia player. They have got to stop this.
So the first pick is going to be Robert Longerbeam.
Robert Wonder.
The next
Jumbo
pick
Boston
after that is
College.
going to be Sean Dolak.
Mm-hmm. They're taking Dolak at the end of it. Yeah.
And
What about
then
Chris
I
Paul
think
Wow,
Jr.?
I think he could. Oh,
You
he
don't
probably
like
no,
him?
no. We listen, man. We taking the UB guy, man.
There's no more
We taking
Kentucky
the
guys
guy
in the draft,
from
man. I
University of
feel like
Buffalo.
we should take Kentucky guy just cause.
Just cause.
Just cause.
You
Kentucky
know
got a
what
nice
though?
nickel coming out next year.
You know what?
We could
Zafra's
take.
sitting
Guy
there,
Frazier's still
man.
available.
Zafra's sitting there. 6'3", ran a 3.4, ran a 4.3 7.
Chris
Converted
Paul.
corner from wide receiver. You saw how well that worked out with Tariq Woolen. I loved Tariq Woolen as a fit in Buffalo. If you get Za Frazier in here and let him just be a depth guy and coach him up, you might have a really, really, really talented trio of young corners going forward.
I think one thing I will say, the reason why I'm kind of like clamoring for safety, although the value might not be there, is because Rap is a missile, right? Rap, like a walking launches head into everything. Um,
Yes.
so you have Bishop playing. We still don't know what Bishop is, and then after that we have the other guy out of Washington Force, which is pretty much more of a box guy, and he plays towards the run. He favors the run more than anything else. So
But no,
outside of that,
he's athletic though. Like he can run. That kid Forrest can run. They
but
played him as
he's on a
the
1 year deal, right? He's on a 1 year deal.
yeah, yeah. They put
So
him as a free though. They played him as the free safety in 2022, I believe it was 22 or 23.
okay, because as it stands right now, Rap would be the free, if I'm not mistaken. No, Rap would be
Yes.
The Bears
Rap would
took
be the
Guy
free. Bishop
Frazier.
would be the strong safety.
Fuck.
I
Oh,
think
Zafra's
safety
to
is
the
safety,
Bears,
isn't it?
bro.
see, there it is.
Who
That
they
was our
say?
pick.
Oh,
That was our pick. That's our pick right there.
I think this is a reflection of that. While at the same time,
Oh man, that sucks.
a rare talent.
wow.
Yeah,
So
I'm going for safety here. We're getting safety.
I think it says a lot about ER's issue.
Oh boy.
Can't wait to know Travis on a deeper level.
I don't know who's on the board though.
the rest of his teammates and just see how this issue.
Something that worries me about.
Hey, Whittle.
Oh, you know
Whittle.
what? You know what?
Is
You know
Roger
what?
Longerbeam still on the board?
Yeah, he is. What about CJ? What about CJ from Bama, the tight end?
Oh, Dupree.
And no,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, he's available.
Jared Ivey's still available.
Jared Ivey is still available.
Is that
I
right?
can't believe
He's still.
I know we're
Remember
not
he was a
taking him, but
borderline
wow.
first. Remember he was a borderline first. Whittle almost stuck
Yeah,
around.
he was going in here. He was high first, second. He was
Here's our
high. He
pick.
was
Yo,
Pick
in.
is in. Pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
to
What do
be
we
honest, to
got?
be honest, Isaiah Boyd wouldn't surprise me if they did it.
I would not mind Isaiah Bond here. I think it's good value. I'm good
We
with
took
it.
two guys that
I'm worried
freaking.
about. I'm worried about the allegations though. That's
Yeah,
what
I mean, they
bothers
have
me
Von,
about
they
it.
have Von Miller though. They don't care about that. They fucking.
Nah, this is different, man. This is a little worse. Not even a little worse. This is much worse.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he asked him if they would take money for hush money. So
Yeah.
fair enough. Let's see what we got. Okay, come on, something good here, folks. Something good. Come on, come
I'm
on.
questioning, do
I'm
they
on delay. So
travel?
let
Do
me.
they even take longer beam here? Because
I would love longer.
you still have Daquan Hardy. I think Daquan Hardy can play.
Yeah,
Who is this guy?
I would be ecstatic with Elijah Badger.
The name came in.
James Gladstone. Oh, I thought this was a fan. That's a GM for the Jags. Jesus. This dude looks young. Say no gray hair.
I know. Is that crazy, Will?
Yeah. There's still hope.
I guess Sean McVay has someone who's younger than him in the NFL now.
Oh, you talking about the kid from the Jags?
Jordan.
Yeah.
See, Jordan Hancock. Fuck.
I can take.
We're about to take Horner.
Now, when it comes to
I
going
love that
process,
trade. I love that trade for Cleveland.
We were about to
That
take
first round pick next year. Jordan
I knew it.
Hancock, Ohio State.
I knew it. I knew we were going to take
Hancock, what
Horner. Oh,
That's
What do you
the
think?
onboarding plan as it stands today. But we'll know that, there's going to be a requirement for Joey for
Corner.
Okay.
that point because so you just uncharted territory. For
I knew we were going to double dip and take two corners. And Giant, of course, Frazier.
We were gonna take Zy Frazier, bro.
We were going to take him.
We were gonna take Zy
There's
Frazier.
no way in hell you consider Jordan Hancock a better prospect than Frazier. There's no way.
Great shot. And I think with however many picks, the mix that's
That's who we took for anybody listening.
Yeah, like Hancock,
Jordan Hancock,
I
Ohio
don't.
State.
Yeah, that's just
Hey, somebody got their TV on blast. Oh my god.
Yeah, somebody's got to turn that down a little bit.
That's probably me.
Whittle.
The host is wild with the TV. You got the stereo speakers on and everything.
What's up with that host?
No, honestly, it's not even. I'm in the other room, and it's not even like loud.
Oh no.
Well, actually, it must be because you guys can hear it. I'll be right back.
So
Y'all go ahead and keep the party going. Y'all keep the party going.
Yeah, dude. We were gonna take Zy Frazier. We were gonna take him.
So what do we think about Jordan Hancock here?
He's just
Lions trade up.
He's okay. I mean, he's okay. He's not their best coverage guy. He can play both. He can play either scheme. He's versatile in terms of scheme, but like they were better corners. They were better corners for depth that I would have just chosen over him. But he is 6'1", so he does fit their ideal size, their ideal profile. But boy,
I still want to see a safety. Most of the boy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, it just feels like a block pick, right? That's just okay. It's nothing that really moves the needle here.
I would have, what's funny? I would have took Jordan. Like Dorian Strong is a better prospect. He actually fits the Bills' defense more than Jordan Hancock does. Dorian Strong was still there. Tommy Hill, who was his own team running back, his own team corner, still there. Denzel Burke, Zy Alexander, Longerbeam, they were better corners. And if you wanted more athleticism, you could have got Bilal Kuhn. You could have, Hancock just doesn't. That's just more of a that's just depth. But I don't know.
Depth guy, yeah. Well, we're picking in a couple more picks here. Lions just came above us. We'll see what they do. So did you guys hear we were going to take Tyreek Williams at 30?
Yeah, I saw. They said they called him.
Yeah,
I would have changed everything. We probably would have took Trey Amos in the second round.
Yes, and I wonder if that really just changed their trajectory. I mean, in hindsight, would you have rather had that combination than what we have right now?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I think, to me, and I'll be one of the few that says this, trading up for TJ Sanders, it just makes no matter how anybody tries to put it together for me, he could gain weight, whatever. It just doesn't make sense, and I get it. You want the versatility, whatever, but the one thing we needed was the guy who's going to open things up for Ed Oliver to kind of eat, because Ed Oliver thrives on the one-on-ones. And the guy could go up to 310, but really that's not the most amount of weight you're gonna have. So I don't get it. I would have rather see a combination of Tyreek and then Trey Amos, because you see how late Amos went. You could have stayed at 56 and got Amos. So
I think my first thought on that pick was, is Ed Oliver on blast right now? I mean, that was the first thought I had on that. Right? Is this? Are they telling Ed Oliver that maybe we move on from him at some point? Faster than it may be. I mean, it's possible.
Well, how many years does he have left? Because he just signed an extension not too long ago, right?
I think it's 2, right? After this year, let me see if I can look up his contract. Let's see. Let's take a look.
I don't. I just can't.
I'm totally speculating.
Yeah, but either way, I just can't process the thought of TJ Anderson. It just doesn't, especially when Alfred Collins is staring at you right in the face when you traded up. Ooh, I was a big Alfred Collins guy.
The Bills have a potential out on Ed Oliver in 2026, where they'll have a dead cap of 21 million, 3 year 47 million. So they do have an out in 2026 on Ed Oliver. So that
We
That's
might
could,
have
definitely
to
because
talk.
the
We
number,
might have to talk about that outside of this space. I won't say anything here, but we can have a conversation about that
sure.
because
It's
I've
just
heard some
something.
things.
Yeah, it just feels like that pick just screamed to me like, okay, like I kind of agree. Like, why did we get a 3 tech for and trade up to get him? So that I like
he
the
would have been
play.
there. He
I
would have
do.
been there at 56 if you wanted him.
Uh,
They
I'm not
traded up
sure
20,
though.
what, 20, almost 20, 16 picks?
Do you guys think
15,
Uh,
15 picks.
D tackles were going a little quicker off the board than we thought, though? At least that was my thought was they were going a little quicker than usual. Miles Frazier, LSU, James. There you go. Oh, he left. Is he not here now? Okay, he's probably watching.
Oh,
Maybe he's
James
taking
left.
care of that. Maybe he's
Oh,
washing that
wait, no,
elevator
James is
shirt.
in here. I just got
He's
to
in
bring him
here.
in.
Okay, let's
There he
bring
is. Where
James,
your Alabama
LSU guy
shirt at,
gets
James?
Yeah. What? Oh, I burned it.
Where's your Alabama shirt?
I
I
burned it.
burned. I
Yeah, I
burned.
burned it.
big time roll tide guy, huh, James?
Hell no. I
You know,
burned it.
this is going to be the running joke in spaces for quite a
I
while
know.
now, right?
You know, I wasn't thinking before. I wasn't thinking.
Yo,
You
yo,
know.
you got that fight song as your ringtone? How does that work?
Oh no, no, no.
Oh man, I love it.
See another person in a
Yeah.
Bama shirt down there. You say, "Hey, roll tide." It's a universal hello.
Nah, man. Anybody down here catch me in the Bama shirt, I'm probably gonna get jumped.
I'm really curious on what we do because we need an outside linebacker because it's Milano's last year.
Mhm.
Or I don't know how they feel about Dorian Williams, to be honest with you. I like him, but
I do too. You think there's any way the Bills take a quarterback?
They
maybe in the
should.
seventh. Maybe in the seventh.
I mean, we say that. I feel
By
like
the
we
way,
say this every year.
some of the wildest things that I've ever heard today was the Bills taking Sanders. I just want to throw that out there.
I
I
mean, I
saw it
was
on
on that
Bills
train
Twitter.
at first, Tomsy.
I was
I was
getting,
on
I
that
was getting
train.
there now.
Tough stuff.
I was
Yeah.
getting to that. I was like, you know what? Why not?
He's gonna be a backup for
Right?
6 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happened? McDermott gets fired. Deion Sanders becomes a head coach, and then Sanders
Ain't
becomes the
no way.
starting quarterback.
That's a pipe dream, man.
You know, this is a little off topic, but I'm looking at this Lions draft right now. I like
Yeah,
their
it's
first
good.
2 picks. I don't like the last 2 picks.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not high on Miles Frazier, and I'm not high on the Tesla kid. We talked about him earlier. You know how I feel about
Yeah.
that kid, but I don't know. I like the first 2 picks though, Ratledge and Tyleek. Those are great additions, but these other two, I don't know. Not really a fan.
So the Rams took Chris Paul Jr.
That's a good pickup.
Ah, there it is. Oh, the pick is in.
But for the Bills, I'm way behind. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, we back
Ah,
on the clock? That's crazy.
yeah, our
Yeah,
pick is in. So
and
that's
we're the first pick of round 6 too. So
And then we're back around, James. So
yeah. I'll say this real quick about Hancock. Hancock could actually play nickel as well. So he's very similar to Cam. He's very similar to kind of Cam Lewis, where he's very, very position versatile.
Yeah.
So
versatile, which is what we love. That's a
He
Billsy
so
he
player
can
right
so
fill
there.
in the safety. He can fill in the safety as well. So
right,
Mhm.
he can
so we're
play
talking about
anywhere.
insurance for Teron Johnson. That's what we're talking about.
right. Yep.
I think we're just talking about insurance for everywhere in the secondary.
He played any safety at Ohio State.
Um,
Yes. He played Robert. He played a little bit of Robert. That's Ohio
Okay.
State.
Marshall.
But really good against short intermediate routes. Can play as a press man corner if you want to be on the boundary if you want him to. He's a solid. He's a really good run defender. So
That's good.
Pick his in.
That's good to hear. What's we
Jackson.
got?
Oh, tight end. That's a tight end. Yeah. All right. I'm good with that. We needed
What do
one.
we got, Whittle? What do we get? What do we grab? I got an advertisement on my screen right now, so I don't have it.
Jackson Hawes or Hayes, or have you said tight end from
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's our run blocker. That's our we run
Tight end 3. Yep.
Yeah, because we lost Quick Morris, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so we
Yep,
lost Quick
Quentin
Morris.
Morris. We did. Mm-hmm.
Antonio
Jackson
Gates Jr.
Hawes, right?
Yeah, shout out to Antonio Gates Jr.
Shout out to Antonio Gates Jr.
Yeah, it's over for him. He's out of here.
Yeah, he only
He
caught
already
16
gone?
catches. This guy Hawes is 6'5", 260. He only had 51 catches over 4 years, so he's not much of a receiving threat. So yeah, he's widely regarded as one of the best blocking tight ends in the nation, and played a big role in the Jackets' success, running the ball and protecting the passer. So fits a very specific need. I like the pick. I'm totally on board with that.
So the good thing about Jackson Hawes is if you run jumbo side, you don't have to put it. You don't have to keep freaking using Anderson as Anderson there. You can actually just use Jackson Hawes.
Good call. Yeah. Yep. Good call. Yeah, that was a solid pick. I'm good with that. Fits a very specific need.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wait around to get him. Just get him now.
I know some of the Bills fans that wanted a receiver earlier still chirping about the draft.
Well, I mean, listen. Chris is asking a question about the defensive tackle Sanders. Like I said, man, yeah, I think he's a replacement for um Oliver, man.
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
Carter's a guy we're gonna keep for a couple years. He's got a couple years left on his contract.
Well,
Wouldn't
Whittle,
surprise me if they moved
Whittle,
on from Ed Oliver after this year.
Whittle, when you were away, I was on Boat Track. We have a potential out on Ed in 26, where he'll count 21 million dead cap before his 24 and 25 million numbers kick in for the last 2 years of his deal. So that could be something that just, again, now it's all speculation, but, who knows? But listen, if we were worried about our depth at D tackle, those questions have been answered this weekend. So
we'll see.
They made a real concerted effort.
They did, but these guys got to. I mean, the picks are great. They look great on paper. They look fine on paper or whatever. But these guys still got to get out there. They got to earn it. They got to perform. So, we'll
absolutely.
see.
All right, let's see how the Bills do here in their next 2 picks. To me, is Arizona low key having a nice draft? I like some of the picks they've made this week. Walter
I
Nolan.
said it earlier. I
Johnson.
feel like
Bro, how many corners are the Cardinals going to take? That's like the fourth or fifth corner in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, there's so many corners.
Pick it till you get it right, I guess.
I mean,
that's true.
They took some good guys last year. Like they took Elijah Molden from Boston College, and what was the corner, Jared, from Florida State that they took last year?
Oh,
I know what you're talking about too.
Was it Cypress? No, it wasn't Cypress.
No.
Oh, who's the 6? I know you're talking about the 6'2" corner.
Yeah. I can't remember his name right now, but
I'm drawing a blank too. You know who's still available a lot? I just because I was scrolling a little bit through the board. Peebles from Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
I'm high on.
He's undersized though, man, like by a lot.
I just need him to be a part of the rotation. I need him to come in on obvious passing downs and get after the quarterback. That's what I need him to do.
He's smaller than
not a 3-down guy.
Did they take Max Melton last year?
Yes.
Yes, they did take Melton.
That's the corner, not Max Melton, they took him last year from Rutgers. Took him in the
Unless they're
second
moving,
round.
somebody to safety. Yeah, but
Will
Nah,
Johnson and Denzel
probably not,
Burke.
right? Yeah.
bro, we almost had Zy Frazier, man.
Yeah, we were a pick away. I ain't mad at the Hancock pick, but we were a pick away.
You
That
know
would have
what?
been a nice pickup, man.
I feel
That
like
would have
with
been a
this
nice
draft,
pickup.
though, with the way that this draft is kind of shaping up for most teams, you really can't get mad at any of the picks. Because if you need anything after the draft, you're probably going to be able to go get a UDFA to at least compete at that spot. I'm just looking at this board. There's too much talent left.
Yeah, there's gonna be a
A
long
lot
list
of
of
talent.
camp invites
Yeah.
for a bunch of
Chris
teams.
Chapasso loves our pick from Jordan Hancock. Gave us an A for it. What it's worth.
Who gave
Versatile
he?
player.
I'm really surprised though, considering how many receivers we met with this offseason, Little, that we haven't taken one yet. That's probably the upside. I figure we take one because we met with so many. Unless the board just didn't fall that way for us today, that could be potentially what happened.
I think they're just confident in the receiving room. Like it's you got Shakir, you got Palmer, you got Coleman. You got Curtis Samuel is still on a contract. Like it's possible they
Yeah,
can get one, but I think they're just really confident in the receiver room. That I think they just don't really feel like they need one.
yeah. I mean, I like our receiving room too, man. I mean,
You think bro finally makes the team? What's his name? Wide receiver, 6'4". The Bills receiver. What's his name, guys? He's always on the practice squad. I think he actually caught a touchdown for us
Shavers.
last year.
Shavers?
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 Shavers,
I
yes,
love
yes.
Tyrell Shavers. I like Tyrell Shavers.
Tyrell, can he play gunner, Jared?
Yeah,
He's making the team.
yeah. He played gunner
I'm okay
Mississippi
with
State.
that. I'm okay with that.
And then once
Was
Tesla came off the board, that was it.
he was on the practice squad last year, right? Shavers?
I was
Mhm.
Yeah,
surprised who took him. Detroit. I was really surprised at that.
I'm surprised we haven't really put him on gunner. I mean, he's 6'6" with 4.3 speed.
yeah. I think Detroit values special teams, man. Like, what's his name? The head coach. He's huge when it comes to special
Dan
teams.
Campbell. Dan Campbell. Yeah,
Yeah,
he is. Tyler Barron to the Jets. Edge rusher from
it's not a
Miami.
bad pickup. Yeah, it's not a
Yeah,
bad pickup.
solid. Yeah.
No, he went late.
Yep.
I thought he would have earlier than this.
It's a pretty
Me too.
solid pick by the Jets. Yeah. You don't
You
say
think
those
we go
words too
running
often
back?
in one sentence.
You
I
think we
don't
go running
know.
back with one of these next two?
No.
I mean, we could.
That kid from Miami's
I
still on
think
the
one of
board.
these picks. One of these picks is Jared Penning, though. I think one of these picks is Jared Penning, and the other pick better be Sean Dolak. Hello.
Yeah, I think
Unless they're
Dolak's
gonna
one better.
make sure he's undrafted and sign him.
Here we go. We're up. 177.
Sean Dolak, folks.
Sean Dolak. Nice.
There
It
it is.
could be.
Let's get it. Get him.
Kyle McCord may go undrafted, folks.
He might.
See, I
He
think that
might.
would be criminal like Kyle Ford. Like, I'm not saying he's the best quarterback in the world, but I think I kind of comp him to Kirk Cousins from like career
Yeah,
trajectory.
That's a fair
underlooked
comparison. Yeah.
that
Mhm.
come in and really be a whole lot better than he was expected to be. Like I don't know. He's gotten
I
better
still,
every year. He's a proven winner. He lost one game in high school, and the guy he lost to was
Well,
probably going to be a first rounder next year. He won more games than Will Howard at Ohio State, and then just had the number one passing offense in all of college football at Syracuse.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know. He kind of gets
I mean,
disrespected to me.
well, the
I would
Raiders,
love
the
to see
Raiders,
those.
Steelers, and Colts still need a quarterback. So those are three spots, landing spots for backup.
They took Arian Smith in the 4th round, man. That's crazy.
Who did?
Another guy that can't catch. Why are teams drafting all these receivers that can't catch? And Andrew Armstrong is still on the board. I don't get it.
So we got the Bills pick is in. Okay. Do you already know who the pick is, Jared?
No, not yet.
Surprised the Steelers haven't taken a quarterback. That's wild.
I would love to see Kyle McCord. Honestly, I think the Bills need a backup like that. Someone under rookie control. Just who
I'm
knows?
good,
Maybe they
man.
hit pay dirt.
I think.
I'm
Well, I would
good.
take Will
Let's
Howard if I wanted backup. Will
Yeah.
Howard would be the backup.
Yeah.
I'm good.
As a
These
back
people are
as
on
a
the
training
stage
camp backup.
dancing around.
Hey, Whittle, I think you got somebody backstage.
You might. Yeah, I heard a little noise there. Yeah.
And somebody's saying add me.
Oh, my bad.
Oh
What?
God,
Oh, he changed
how
the.
many?
Oh.
Oh, I'm about to drop
How
you.
many?
Yeah, you can take that right off, Chief. You can
Yeah.
get rid of that.
We can.
How
We
many
Yeah.
can.
outfit changes we gonna
Well,
get, man?
hey,
Huh?
Yeah, like
Whittle, I got a question now.
Yeah.
I want to check my glasses. Does James' shirt say Cancun or does it say Lakers? That's what I
Ah.
look,
want to know.
2 more
Nah.
games gonna say
Yeah.
Cancun. They keep going this
What I
route.
would,
Hello?
Yeah.
what I want to know is James told us he had a Bama shirt on because he had to do laundry, and we done got 2 wardrobe
Yeah.
changes
It
since
turns
the
Nah,
out he had
start.
a lot of clean shirts. I think he wore that because he wanted to wear
Yeah. So
it. Now it's
I
all
ain't gonna
coming
front.
out
that,
now.
I
that
pulled
laundry hit
this
the spin
one.
cycle pretty quick.
I pulled this one out the drying. I pulled this one out the drying.
Said roll
Like
Nice and
tide from day one.
fresh out of
right.
the drama. James,
Fresh out
okay.
the drying, man.
Man, you out here telling on yourself, bro.
You kept
No,
whooping
I had
LSU
to.
that so much, man, that James he just had enough. He just had enough. So I got to join the other side.
Oh no, I would
Matter
never,
of fact,
never.
he got tired
I,
of losing to Bama. He
I,
Tired of
can't
losing.
believe.
I hate Bama.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I
That's
hate
not.
I
That's not
Bama.
would
what it
hate
sounded
Bama
like with
The
too
that shirt he
classic,
if
had
I
on.
was you.
the classic can't beat them. Join. I
I
can't beat
hate.
them, so let's join them.
I hate Bama more than I hate the Celtics.
Nah,
Hey,
Oh,
roll
you
tide.
can't wear a
I
team that
can't
you hate.
tell.
I saw you with pom poms in the background, maroon and white.
Yeah, man.
We're not even LSU's main rival, man, and it's just see the hatred. The hatred. We're not even their main rival. We don't even consider them a rivalry.
Man came in here with a
Y'all will
Bama
laugh if
shirt
the
on, talking
Browns
about
took
he hate Bama.
Kyle McCoy.
that would be kind of
Let's
funny, wouldn't it?
draft all quarterbacks.
We
Let's say
drafted
forget it.
quarterback for
Browns
the
They
or
got
rest
they
of the
six,
year.
We're
Cowboys?
gonna
six
one of
quarterbacks.
y'all gonna be good.
I saw something funny. I saw something funny that Dylan Gabriel has entered the transfer
No,
portal.
if they take another quarterback, that's gonna be nuts.
Have 6 different starters in the season. Say fuck it.
You
Somebody
know
got to
what?
be
Yeah,
good.
Look,
We don't know.
they're gonna have open trials. They say, look, man,
Man, we
one of
really need
y'all
to
gonna
heart.
stay. We're not gonna waste multiple years drafting multiple quarterbacks. No, we're gonna draft all the quarterbacks this year and figure it out. One of y'all are gonna be the starter going forward.
Hard Knocks has to be in Cleveland this offseason
Oh,
with
it's
these
definitely
offense
gonna be in
coordinators.
Cleveland now. What should do
Yeah,
though?
it's got to be. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, there's so much drama there. You got Joe Flacco. There's all kinds of stuff going on there. Like
the
that's
irony of
phenomenal.
Shador being drafted by the Browns, though, is if you go back about 6-7 years, there's a tweet from Dion that said, "If you're a young quarterback, I don't know why you would go and play for the Cleveland Browns." So that's kind of funny.
Oh
That
yeah.
is funny.
They pulled
It's
that tweet
classic.
up. Yeah, they pulled that tweet up.
You think Dylan Gabriel was punching the air when that pick happened? Cuba Gooding
Hey, we
Jr.
picked another corner. They
Kenny
drafted
Pickett
another corner.
was.
Yeah, they picked another corner.
Yeah,
They
how do
did.
we feel
That's
about the
that's
Bengals
corny.
draft?
Bengals boom or bust, man. Especially that first pick.
Shamar Stewart, Demetrius Knight, Dylan
Terrible.
Fairchild, Barrett Carter, and Jalen Rivers.
That Shamar Stewart pick, man, is gonna hurt him. Four and a
Two
What do you
half
guys think
interior
of
sacks.
Shamars?
offensive linemen and two linebackers. The Bills
Yeah,
That's what
pick
they
but
is
need
in.
anyway.
you know what
Yeah.
though? With Shamar, you could say like he didn't have the production. I just don't think he had the development.
Did we draft
Because we
another
got a
corner?
player from over there that transferred out that
His name
came to
Hancock.
They're
Wasn't
Bama.
about
taking
to announce
so
it now.
Once he got that
long.
good coaching, I'm just saying he looked
Yeah.
like a whole different player. So that coaching might not
Yeah.
have been up to par over there.
That
True.
pick was
True.
taking forever.
I mean, everybody that went to Texas A&M had a steep drop off in production. So
Literally everyone.
Yeah. Once those guys leave, they get better. Like it's just that's what it is. But it's kind of interesting looking at this draft now. Because you remember a couple months ago, the narrative was, oh, NIL is kind of killing the draft because all these kids went back to school.
Yep, I was right. I was right. Oh,
If you look,
we took Dorian
who
Strong.
y'all
wait,
take?
Dorian Strong.
what?
Hancock's
You gotta
playing in
be
the slot.
kidding me.
Hancock. Yep, I
Oh
already know
my
what they're gonna do
god.
with Hancock.
Man, we triple dipped that
Hancock's moving
corner,
to the
right?
slot.
Yep, Hancock's playing the slot.
So,
Strong is gonna be your
all right.
backup.
So this is going to push Dane Jackson and Ingram off the team.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Oh
that.
shit, Dane Jackson, bro.
Ingram could still go to the practice squad or not?
Yeah.
Triple dip. I know.
That's crazy.
Or Hancock replaces DeMar Hamlin
Yeah,
I
Hancock.
at
I
safety.
Yeah,
I hope so. Oh my god, I hope so.
yep. You can use him at safety. You can put him at split. You can put him at they can you can put him at slot. You can use him at boundary. I mean, he's a do it all corner for these teams. So
I like Dorian Strong. I
yeah,
like I
I do
Strong.
like
too.
I
Strong
like
is
I like
outside.
him.
He is
Solid pick.
he's a pure boundary corner.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Solid pick.
Yo, they're not messing
That's
around.
great
It's
value
literally
too.
all defense. That's it.
Yeah,
That is great value. I
that's
mean, but
really
if you
really
have
value.
good offense, why are you going to draft offense? Like,
No,
I don't know.
I'm on the same wavelength. I don't want, but I'm just saying, like they're
Oh
actually
yeah, no, I
drafting
would.
on defense. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, but because I heard Whittle talk about this. There's some Bill fans out there talking about we need to draft offensive players, but I mean, when you have a top offense, I just don't understand why you need to take a bunch of offensive guys, right? Like build up your defense, lay into the side of the ball that needs the most improvement because the one side is working already. It's just, I don't know. I think fans get enamored with toys sometimes instead of actual football.
Well, that's also because
Definitely
Not you,
have
fans.
to.
not you though. I wasn't
No.
saying
I'm saying,
about you. I
unfortunately,
was just saying that in general.
no. I'm saying, unfortunately, fans are kind of basic most of the time. You know what I mean? It is what it is. They take stuff at face value, but yeah, we need a defense bad. Hopefully, Hancock could play safety, and actually gets that move to safety because that's what I think we really need. But it's interesting. Three corners. We got a three tech. We got a guy who can play all over the line, mainly in the 3-4 defense though. Dion Walker. So, what do we do with number 7?
The
So
Ravens
pick.
took fucking Code. That's a great value pick. Damn it, that's a great value pick for them. That's a Ravens corner.
Ravens just sit there and get all their guys. I mean, they're always so good at this.
So
Yep.
you think Dolak with the last pick, or we have one
How
more,
many
right? Or
picks?
two more?
That's
We use one 6-rounder, right?
Yeah, we had 2 6
We
rounders.
still have two more. We have two more picks.
So you think Damian Martinez could be one of those guys?
No. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know where they're going. Bilal Cohn to the Ravens. That's a good pickup for them.
That's a good pick.
I hope the Dolphins take Kyle McCourt right here.
Hey, listen, gents, I'm gonna head out just for a little bit. I may come back though. I gotta head out just for a
All
second.
right. All
Will?
right, brother.
Pleasure, brother.
Later.
Hey, good to see you all, guys. I'll see you later, man. I'll be back.
Yeah, I know. David's pissed we ain't taking a receiver. I mean, I don't think we really need a receiver. I don't think this team is interested in taking one.
We don't, man. We got 4 guys already.
Where's he gonna
we
play?
don't even.
We have 4 guys at wide receiver that are going to play.
And that
And I
doesn't include
mean,
guys they're going to invite on, undrafted free agent contracts. So
you
Right.
got Tyrell Shavers that's been on the practice squad for 3 years now, 4
is
years
Shorter
or
still
whatever. I think
around?
it's 3 years. Huh?
Shorter's still around,
No.
no? No.
Sort of the tight end for the Raiders.
Oh
He's
yeah,
about to
they
get
moved
cut
him.
though. Yeah. Sort needs to
Now we got
retire
four
to
tight ends.
football.
Yeah. People got to understand, they also been moving into more of a jumbo package towards later in the season, so that might be the bread and butter to kind of run out of if all works out.
I mean, I think it's smart to go defensive heavy in this draft though, because I think that was the strength of this class. Lean into the strength, and you should have success.
Camp is going to be interesting though. Yo, Mark Cooper's still a free agent. How you feel about
He needs to retire.
it? You think you could come back on the
Who's the
cheap, man?
Dolphins tape?
Ollie Gorton.
Oh, whatever.
They took another running back.
Yeah.
Yeah. They take one every year, at least.
There was a
I'm
lot of running
surprised
backs
they
taken
ain't
in this
take
show.
Dylan Sampson.
Those first 2 picks, though, crazy. Malachi Stark, Mike Green,
Yes.
crazy.
That is, yeah. And they fit exactly what they want to do too. The perfect scheme fits.
Yeah. But it's crazy to think about how many guys went back to school when we look at how deep this draft is already. Like early on in the process, it seemed like every day 5-10 dudes were announcing they were going back to school. And this is still a real deep draft. So
So JJ Big East left. I was about to say. I'll say you can still, if you want to take one more triple dip, but he's gone. Yeah, we got 2 more picks remaining.
One of these guys is Dolak.
Hopefully.
The other guy is Trevor Penny, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind Andre Armstrong. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I know we have a ton of receivers already locked into spots. Yo, Jared Ivey is still on the board. That's crazy. I did not expect to see him still here. Zay Alexander we were talking about him in the 3rd round, 3rd or 4th round.
With the 181st pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Kyle McCord, quarterback. I know I was reading an article about Philadelphia. You were thinking about taking Shador.
They took Kyle McCord. They took a quarterback. So Shador would have fell to the 6th round. Yeah, they would have took him.
Wait,
Yeah.
who took McCord?
Hey, Whittle,
The Eagles?
Did you add
Yeah.
an article?
I didn't even know Nordica was in here.
Yeah, she said she was asking because she come up. I was just wondering,
Oh, there we go. What's
yeah.
up, Nordica?
What's up, guys? I'm not mad at anything right now. I mean, obviously, it would have been nice. Isn't can't Hancock play safety?
Yeah.
Safety, nickel.
This just means I don't have to worry about Dane Jackson on my football team anymore.
Yeah, he's gone.
Basically,
There you go.
He's out of here.
And maybe even Damar Hamlin.
possibly.
Yo, let me tell you something. Listen. If they take Zachary Franklin with the seventh round, you can't tell me they don't listen to the spaces. You can't tell me that. If they take Zachary Franklin, it's 100% confirmed. They listen to the spaces.
You've been
They
talking
have
about
to be.
Perry Franklin for like 2 years.
Yo, if they were to take Zachary Franklin, that'd be kind of crazy. That would be kind of crazy. They don't even have him listed as best available.
Did we even
Jeez.
meet? Did we? I don't think we. Oh, did we? We didn't really meet with many receivers. So
Not really. I mean, we met with Isaiah Bond, which is wild. I mean, I don't know why Isaiah Bond hasn't been picked up by somebody else.
doesn't he got some off the field stuff?
Yeah,
That might be why.
Yeah, Devin Neal still has been taking it.
Mm.
Well,
I definitely like Dorian Strong coming out though.
yeah, that's a great value pick.
I thought he was gonna go like maybe second, third.
Yeah.
So yeah, our
I mean, at
second.
this point, like the Patriots, like, what are you looking for? You know what it is. I mean, you should already know who you're taking at this point.
Who do you think they'll take?
I think the Bills are probably trying to move off of one of these picks.
You think so? Because we got what, two more?
We already took 7 guys. I can't see them. I don't see 2 more guys fitting on this roster. Maybe one more.
Well,
That's it.
because Strong's probably he either is going to be practice squad or CB4.
Not sure. He's making the team.
Yeah, and then Hancock's probably backup safety, and then the Jackson Hawes guy is TN3. At least he can actually block, unlike fucking Quentin Morris.
All he gotta do is catch a little bit too.
Yeah,
He'll be better than Q. You know, I'm not gonna give our draft a grade yet, but
not till it finishes. I
I,
think.
yeah, I think we did pretty well.
I
Double dip corner,
I love the Deion Walker
triple
pick.
dip. Yeah,
I know some people didn't like it, or like I saw Cover One shitting on it for some reason, and but like I don't mind it. We talked about him for a few months before the draft, and everybody was bitching about not having any size and stuff like that, and he brings that, so it's got to be
I'm
coached up.
happy. I'm happy.
Honestly, I'm happy like I'm happier with the Deion Walker pick after we got TJ Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm more happy about that now.
100%. Um, I think I'm going to shut this down, guys. I think we I mean, you know what? No, I'm going to wait because I want to see if we do take Dolat, and I just like to be on for that to see if we do take Dolat.
Do you think we might take him?
Yeah, man. I mean, why not? I mean, Bean was adamant about getting a seventh round pick back. I don't know.
Yeah, he wouldn't have wanted that if he didn't use it.
So, McCoy to the Eagles is kind of whatever. But I mean, they lost like all of their backups, didn't they? They had Tanner McGee, and then they traded him.
Who did they even have
I think
last
they
year?
traded him. No, they had Tanner McGee and Kenny Pickett. They traded Tanner
Oh yeah,
McGee and
he's picking on the Browns
Kenny
now.
Pickett. Yeah, Kenny Pickett got signed to the Browns, so they needed a backup, and they got one. All right. Let's see. The Titans pick is in. The Titans are selecting Marcus Harris,
Slot corner.
cornerback, California. Yeah. Yep. All right, we gotta I don't know, man. I mean,
The Patriots took a kicker.
Yeah, they took.
nah. Well, who took a kicker?
Patriots.
Yeah, they took the Miami kicker.
Why did the Dolphins draft another fucking running back?
Who, Buffalo?
No. I was talking about the Dolphins getting Ollie Gordon.
No. Marcus Harris is a solid pick. You think that pushes Roger McCreary? I think this is his last year under contract, so that
I think
tells
they
you what's
like
gonna
him.
happen to Roger McCreary. Let me ask you this. It's a lot of talent still on this draft board, I think. Not top tier talent, but I think these guys there are some guys still that are still available that should be able to make an NFL team. Will Howard, RJ Mickens, Devin Neal, Quinn Ewers, Jalen Reed, Damian Martinez, Seth McLaughlin, Isaiah Bond, obviously,
Is Tez Johnson still there?
Isaiah Alexander, Aeneas Peebles, Jared Ivey. There's a lot of guys still left. Are we at the point where the NFL needs to think about expansion?
Oh no, nope. I would just keep it at
You
7.
sure?
I keep it at
No,
7.
no, no, not the playoffs. I mean, like adding two more teams.
Oh, two
You
more
think?
teams. Um,
Oh,
I
where would they
got
put him? Vegas? No, not Vegas. Sorry, not Vegas. I was thinking
Virginia,
Baltimore. I don't think
Virginia
they
could
would.
take a team. If not Virginia, let's see.
put him back in St. Louis.
Titans.
St. Louis, San
St.
Diego.
Louis. St. Louis could have a team. San Diego could get a team. Oklahoma City
What
could
about?
get a team.
I'll say, what about different countries? Like, what about Canada?
Canada.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to make the game global, man, you gotta start at some, or even more international. You gotta start at somewhere.
Weren't they
Or
talking about?
Mexico
They were
City.
talking about transfer. Like that's
Yeah.
why they keep doing the like going to Ireland and all that
Mhm.
stuff. So
You can put a team in Mexico City and be fine. Or a team in Hawaii. Imagine that.
there's a lot of Hawaiian players.
That would be a long.
Yeah.
That would be an extremely long flight. They got
Yeah,
a football
yeah.
stadium. They got a football stadium.
Coming from the East Coast, that'd be what's that? An 8-hour flight?
That's more than that.
Devin Neal to the
Saints.
who's the Saints?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good pickup. It's a good pickup. Devin Neal play.
Yeah, overall though, this is a good draft.
Yeah, I like it so far. We needed help on defense. We got that. So
Yeah, let's see how many players. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, really one.
everyone except for the tight end.
Yep. 6 defensive players we took. So, yep, I noticed a lot of Bills fans kept, a lot of Bills fans wanted a receiver, wanted us to push for more offensive talent for Josh Allen.
Knock it down, folks, man.
Like,
Steelers pick is in. Who did they get?
so Will Howard comes off the board.
Okay. Well, I guess they look at their quarterback.
I expect the Bills to be able to get home with 4 down linemen.
Oh,
Something that
100%.
I'm praying for.
They even not take this much defensive lineman
There's
talent
too many
in
athletes, bro.
a while.
Like there's too many. It's too many athletes. Too many athletes.
TJ,
Deion Walker's
Dion,
too big, bro. Yeah, he's too big.
too
He's too
fast.
quick. Like he's got good hand usage. Oh, let me text the lady and tell her to bring me some Chipotle or something. Actually, no, I'm good.
I'm Atlanta Jackson terrorizing the Tennessee last year. I really like Atlanta Jackson. Plus Dion, plus like TJ is like really athletic and explosive. So yeah,
Yep.
and we didn't have any of that last year.
Does he start day one? Or is he just part of rotation?
TJ
Mm-hmm.
or Dion?
TJ.
I could see him coming in like on third down. Well, they rotate anyway, right? So they didn't rotate a lot last year.
They rotate heavy, which I think that's what they want to do. I think they want to rotate heavily.
Well, they didn't rotate a lot last year. Maybe because they didn't think they had the talent. You know what I mean?
They didn't have the talent. They didn't have the talent. They got the talent this time.
Maybe they start rotating, and I'm not mad at the rotation either because fuck it, why not? Got Daquan, Dion, and then TJ.
And you can move them around. Like I said, they're alignments. You can move around different. Dion's not, he's not a pure one tag. You can move him.
Yeah, you can move him. They just gotta coach him up on some of the little shit. I think he's pad level and stuff.
Yeah, that was the thing about Malachi Starks. He literally can play the slot.
Who Starks?
Yep.
You think the Ravens take another safety?
Oh yeah.
They took Jalen Reed. That would be.
We're at 186. What are Oh, they traded up. Oh, I thought we had 1 more 6.
We do the 30.
30.
Yep.
Oh, I see it. Okay, it's 206.
We only got two. We had 2 picks, right? 6 and 7.
Unless we trade it up again.
No, yeah, we got 1 more 6. I'm thinking 206 for the 7th round.
So we got over 500 people in here. I just want to take this time as we wind down towards the end of the draft to let you guys know. A lot of us were right. Okay. A lot of us Bills fans were right. We told you what the Bills needed. And some of you didn't listen. You chose to listen to people who thought it was more important to put fancy music and a countdown on their podcast. That's what you wanted to listen to. You wanted to listen to them because they trashed the Buffalo Bills. They didn't tell you the truth about this team. When you guys were telling us what they pick up, a punter? Oh, the Ravens drafted a kicker. You know what that means.
Oh, he's out of here.
Goodbye, Justin Tucker.
Justin Tucker's out of here.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of y'all chose to listen to people who didn't know what they were talking about because you liked what they were saying. You liked the fact that they trashed the Buffalo Bills. They were wrong, and you were wrong for listening to them. And we tried to tell you that they were wrong. They excommunicated themselves from the community, and now they look dumb. Because nobody's tuning in. Nobody. Nobody's listening. Nobody's validating their opinion because they don't watch film and they don't have NFL Plus. They didn't invest. They invested in a bunch of smoke and mirrors and a bunch of nonsense. They didn't invest in their craft. Okay? That's what happened. That's unfortunate, you know? So we like to welcome everybody. But if you mess with the bull, you mess with the bill, you're going to get the horns or the hoof. And you got kicked out. You kicked yourself out. So it's unfortunate, man. You know, I mean, I know you're upset. I have on red, white, and blue. There's red, white, and blue in the background. It's virtual. There's red, white, and blue in the hat. Coast to coast is red, white, and blue. I know you're upset. But these colors don't stop me from holding the Buffalo Bills accountable. And the problem is you didn't hold yourself accountable. You thought you knew everything. You thought you were the smartest person in the room. But you're not. And you have never been. And that's the reality of the situation. You just got to deal with it now. Make sure you like and subscribe, folks. Duke Champions, we're here. Jalen Reed is still. Did he just get picked up? No.
Did someone not take
Did he just
Jalen
get
Reed?
picked up? No. Did the Texans pick him up? No.
Maybe one of
They
those
just
two.
re-signed. Uh, what's the name's boy? Bernard's homie, Petrie. Oh, but Petrie's the slot guy, right?
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, Texas picked him up.
That's a good pickup for them. They did need safety help. I don't know, man. I'm just looking at this draft. I'm looking at all of this talent. Like Jalen Reed could have been a third round pick, and I would not have complained. I would have said, "Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
get it." Jared Ivey's still available.
Still available, man. Like Jared Ivey. I don't think Jared Ivey was. Everyone was hyping him up to be like a first or early second round pick. I'm like, no, that dude is like a third or fourth round pick. Like
Yeah, I never thought. Yeah. Chase Lark's still there too. Peebles is still there. Like these are guys that should make a team.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If we would have went with one more defensive tackle and take JG Pegues, I would not complain.
Yeah. Mullings from Michigan, running back, went to the Titans. All right, well, they're gonna run the football for sure. I mean, listen, they put a nice little combination of talent around their rookie quarterback. So I don't know. It might be time to add a couple of teams, man. One in the AFC, one in the NFC. Spread some of this talent out. It's a lot of guys that I think can play that are not going to make rosters. There's also a bunch of guys like in the UFL that could get a shot,
Mm-hmm.
or the USFL, excuse me. Right now, the Cleveland Browns have 5 quarterbacks on their roster. 5. But we just got an extra listener, so probably you know who.
That is crazy.
They're gonna have a
Thanks
quarterback
for tuning in.
competition, baby.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe, okay? Dion, I'm sorry, Chris, man. We got a comment from our guy Chris from like 20 minutes ago. Deion Walker isn't old enough to drink, right? No, he's young. He's very young.
He turned 21 in March.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think every receiver that the Bills were looking at is already off the board. I
Yeah,
don't think that I don't think they
they're
were
not gonna get
considering
Tez
anybody
Johnson,
else.
bro. They're not. He's not. I don't think it's
They
that.
get Tez Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. If they get Tez Johnson, this stream is gonna end. Okay, for the shoe. Is that for the shoe guy?
That's the shoe guy.
Oh
The guy who
wow!
makes the songs.
No,
I'm
it's
not gonna lie,
not.
that shit is catchy. Those little songs.
For the shoe, beat the Bills.
That shit was stuck in my head when we played the Colts.
This is our code.
Riley Leonard.
This is
Okay.
we bleed blue
We bleed blue.
for the shoe. I love it.
I'm trying to think if you. I mean, if you like, Ja'Cory Brooks is still there. Badger's one of my guys. I like Badger a lot. Um, Kobe Hudson could be a deep threat receiver. It's not a great, he's not doesn't have a great 40, but his route running, his deep route running pattern is actually really good. Yeah, you got Andrew Armstrong, maybe Trayshawn Holden if you want to add more size.
Wow, that's
Thornton's gone already, right?
yeah, Thor's
Oh,
gone. I
yeah,
mean, Brim McCoy's still out there. If you just want a big guy who can run downfield and be a deep target, Brim McCoy is like 6'5". I think he ran like a 4.4.
he's six. Yeah, he's
So
6'5". He's 6'5", 230. He can block his ass off. If you just want like just a
yeah.
great blocker and special teams player, I think he needs to get Brim McCoy. But if you want like an open route runner, I mean, like I said, Restrepo, I know he ran a 4.8, but I mean, the 6th round, you can take a chance if you want more of just a
Is Shepard
versatile
still there?
separator. Yeah, he's still there. Ricky White is also another underrated prospect. I'll say this to all the Bills fans as well. Like next year, Tim Smith just went nice. Next year's receiving class is not going to be any better. Like it's just not. It's not going to be any better next year. So any Bills fans that want to receive in the first round, I mean, we may not take a receiver day one or day two next year. Like that's a big possibility. I don't, the receiving class is going to be like this one. It's not great. Now 2027, on the other hand, yeah, like that's the gold in mind. The best receivers, arguably in the country, were freshmen.
Yeah, like
Uh,
Ryan Williams and stuff like that.
Ryan Williams, Ryan Wingo, Jeremiah Smith. Clemson's got a couple of dudes that are like they're more true like that. They had a true freshman that really balled out. But yeah, next year is not going to be any better. Like you'll have some good players, of course, but 2027 is probably going to be the gold mine for receivers.
Oh, I can't believe we drafted Deion Walker.
Yeah,
that was your
I'm
guy
sorry, I gotta
early.
keep coming back to that, bro.
from a first round, we kept saying
You had him
mentioned
projected to the first round too.
yeah.
I just getting him early, taking him early. But that was before, like, he
The
fell
Senior
apart.
Bowl. All that
Yeah.
stuff.
He slid all the way to the 4th round. Yeah, that was months of talking.
Oh, I got a message on Twitter. I don't know why I didn't see this earlier from one of the Browns fans. He's also a Ohio State fan. He says Hancock is a versatile piece. You will like him.
Mm-hmm.
He can play split safety, box, outside, and nickel. He has a Makuba play style. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why. Yep. That's why I understood it. I know Bills fans like are asking why we triple dip. That's why we triple dip. He's Cam Lewis.
But
He's
better.
another Cam Lewis. He's a more athletic version of Cam Lewis because he does have 4.4 speed as well. And so yeah, Dorian Strong, Trey White, Maxwell Hairston, and Christian Benford are going to be your corners.
I'll sign up for that every day of the week.
Cool.
Yep.
So the worst corner on our team might be Trey White.
Yeah,
Which is wild.
which is wild.
Because he was at
Crazy.
the end of the season, he started coming back a little better than in the beginning. Probably just because the injury and all that stuff.
Yo, imagine if he's back though. Like, what if he's
I'm not going to expect that. You know what I mean? Like but
what if he's
give
2020?
if like 2020 was that 2022? What year was that? Where he
No, that
was
was 23 when
three,
he like
23? When he
what
was
if
like
he's
looking
like
really good.
23 Trey White? Yeah. If
Yeah, but
he's
we're
23
2
Trey
years
White,
we're 2 years and another leg injury away from that. You know what I mean?
I mean it's 2 years after the last injury. We're going into year two after the injury.
And that's when he started looking good after his
So
ACL
he
too.
started looking great. We might be cooking, guys. We might be cooking.
But would you want him to start over Harrison?
No.
If he's back, if he's
2023.
back, back, man.
Yo, 2023 Trey White was like
Yeah.
that, man.
If he's back, I don't listen. Like sometimes
They could
you got
rotate him, I guess. They did that with Kyrie Elam and
Nah,
Claypool.
I ain't rotate. Well, okay, I'll rotate because I don't want Trey to have to, utilize a ton of whatever. Like, I don't want to have Trey play a ton of snaps before like the playoffs. But yeah, if he's back,
We'll just have to see on training camp, see how all that looks. Because we won't know until we see some field stuff. But I'm definitely happy that he's here because he's like the perfect person to pair Max to learn under.
all right. Well, I got to work in the morning. Wasn't expecting that.
I don't work till later, so I'm good.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though? I was at work yesterday, and any hours you work at my job on the weekend are all overtime. Doesn't matter. Like you could have not worked all week, come in on the weekend, and everything's overtime. So, um, I worked 12 hours, the split shifts yesterday, and I spent 5 of those. No, a little more than that actually. I think I spent about 8.5 hours just kind of sitting there waiting for somebody to take one of the boxes off of the back of my truck, like the Tesla I was driving. So that's kind of basically got paid to be on Spaces and watch YouTube.
Just
Yeah,
kind of
what
sit
up,
there.
Coach Trey? Coach Trey in the building. What's up, Coach? How you doing? How you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, Coast to Coast podcast comes on every Wednesday, 9 p.m. And we had Coach Trey on a couple weeks ago, and he talked to us about the defensive line. Really, really good. I don't want to say in depth, but it was like an intermediate level of understanding of the defensive line. He didn't really. He went into some detail, but not like we didn't talk about. We didn't really go in depth with like stunts and technique and things like that. But broke down the entire defensive line, what each position means. So you'll hear things like one tech, two tech, three eye, four eye, or five tech, set a wide nine. You hear all those things. We went through that entire in that episode. We talked about it and we explained. Well, Coach Trey explained what those things mean. So, yeah, if you got questions about defensive line, you want to get a crash course real quick on some on the defensive line and understanding, what these terms mean. Tune into that episode. And yo, Coach Trey, man, how you doing, man? How you feeling about your drive, brother? I like what we did, man. Y'all talk like 10 receivers. Just coach is a Green Bay fan, so. Yes. Oh boy. All right, what's left? How many more picks, man? Where we at? The Jags are picking. Who you
11
say?
more picks.
How many? We got 11 more before it's up. What's on us?
The Bears just picked.
Luke Newman. Bengals taking Todd Brooks is kind of solid. Like that's a pretty solid pickup to add to Chase Brown. Like they're two totally different receiver type of backs. That's a solid. That's solid. That definitely was solid. Jalen Reed was a nice pickup. I like the Marcus Harris pickup. Patriots took a place kicker. That's cool. James Pegues to the Raiders. They're going to do some nonsense with him on the field. Like I
Yep.
got a feeling there's going to be some trickeration
Yep.
going on with that guy.
Yep. Fullback. You can use them with jumbo packages, or
Yeah,
you put them at just use them in the defensive line.
yeah, Coach. I thought y'all was going to take a DB as well, man. Y'all, I was surprised when you went. What y'all go in the first round? Was that a Golden? I think it was. Y'all took. I was surprised.
The Dolphins didn't take a corner. They didn't take a corner,
No.
No, nope.
and they're trying to trade away Jalen Ramsey.
He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere now. I'm convinced of that. They probably couldn't find anybody to take his contract, so he just going to have to play it out. I do think though. I do think that they did make some good. Like they really made some good moves. I can't front.
Grant and Jonah were good picks.
Yo, the Bears low key had a pretty solid drive too, man. I like the Coastal Loveland pick. I love the Luther Burton pick. Obviously, Zach Frazier. They did some things on the offensive line. I thought was solid. How
It
many more
was.
picks
I
we
think.
got,
I'm trying to think
man?
what team didn't have a good draft. To be honest.
Jeez.
The Bengals didn't have a bad draft, but they still didn't address the secondary.
Right. They took a safety. They did take a safety, but I mean, like the safety they took was like kind of late. So let me see. What did they take as safety?
No, they didn't take a safety. They took Stewart, Knight, Fairchild, Carter, Rivers, and Brooks.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They said Shamar Stewart's pro comp is Daniil Hunter. Good night.
Who said
Good
that?
night.
Yeah, that's funny.
ESPN.
Yes, that's
Hey,
hilarious.
look, Demetrius Knight and Barrett Carter, linebackers. They're not keeping the guys that they have. Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt are going to be going after this year, I think. Ahmed. Okay, that's a solid pickup. They got the edge from Boise State.
Boise State, yeah, it's solid.
Who?
Yeah.
Um, Ahmad Hosseini.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Texans got Graham Mertz. Okay. They're trading up all over this draft.
He could, he actually could start. There's a great chance he actually may start for the Lions.
I don't know.
It
For
is.
Detroit?
Yeah, Detroit. I mean, there's a good chance. They covet power rushers.
Yeah, yeah, yep. I thought they was going to take my. Thought the Lions was going to take Mike Crane in the first round. Broncos trade their pick to Houston. Okay. Houston's coming up to get somebody.
One of the reporters came out and said that they didn't have Mike Green as a first round prospect.
It could be Seth McLaughlin. It could be they could be going offensive line here. They should be going offensive line here. Yeah, they should be going offensive line.
I I went and saw Sinners this afternoon.
How was it?
Excellent.
I think I might go check it out.
Yeah,
Wifey, she's scared though.
It's
it's a
not
good
scary.
movie. It's not. Yeah, it's not scary. It's not.
There's
It's more.
not like there's nothing. I didn't say it's the other
Yeah,
guy would be like, oh,
I
I'm
would
not scared.
consider it more as an action. Like it's more of an action. I would consider more of it as an action film than anything. It's not.
Action drama type shit.
Yeah, it's an action drama. It's like Vampire Diaries or you know
It's better.
or the originals.
Yeah, the originals is fire.
Yeah, the
All
originals.
right. I'm gonna have to check that out. Y'all hold it down for me. I gotta step away from
Yep.
for one quick second.
Yep. We got nine. We got nine. Well, 8 more draft picks until it comes to us.
Hopefully it goes by quick.
Oh please, man. Yeah, I may be done after this. I can't. I can't wait for the 7th round. I have a good feeling we're gonna take Penning, but hopefully, if we don't take Dolak here, I don't know. But it's actually a really good offensive line. Like there's still a lot of really good offensive linemen left. Like you got Cameron Williams at who you can use more as a backup right tackle. You could get Seth McLaughlin could be a backup center. I mean, we got Cedric Van Pran, but still, I mean, Seth McLaughlin also can play guard.
Didn't they go whole line? We do.
Who,
We already have a lot of.
I mean, yeah, we do. We need a backup. We really need a backup guard. The tackle spot is really filled. We just need a backup guard, I would say, behind Anderson. But who knows? You could probably slide Grable. Like Grable was scheme versatile, so you could probably slide Grable when someone gets hurt to guard as well. If they want to go offensive line, there's actually still like a lot of really good quality here. I don't think we're taking a running back. I just don't think we're taking a running back. I think
I don't think so.
they're gonna ride this thing out with Cook, and I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't know what James Cook is gonna do. I don't know what
He's been pretty dead set on that 20 million.
Yeah, it's his brother. Brother's coming out. So
I just don't think 20 million is a lot. I would go like 12. That's about it.
That's what I'm willing to go to. I'm willing to go to 12, 13. I just don't think the Bills are willing to go that far. I think the Bills are saying, $9 or $10 million a year. But if the cap, which again is going to go up by like maybe I'm guessing like $10 million probably again next year. I think the Bills
probably I mean
meet them.
But at that point you gotta extend Torrance.
Yep, you gotta extend Torrance.
I don't think we're extending Torrance.
What? You think we'll let it?
I don't think we can afford to extend him. These guys are making like $20 million, man. Like I don't think he's gonna get 20, but I don't know if we can afford 12. Like
McGovern has what? McGovern has how many years does he have left?
McGovern wants to get paid too.
He wants to get. He wants to get paid.
He talked about on that phone room thing.
Yeah.
They gotta send Cook. We'll see how it goes, I guess.
Notable 6th-round picks. Why isn't Christian Benford in there?
Yeah, right. Probably because we let him
Crazy.
out, bro.
Yeah. What's the message, Tina? Tina, you said there's a message in Sinners. What is it? Don't let the devil in your door. No, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Before it's a week before the draft, saying the Bills wanted Dorian Strong to become a safety.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
That's
Okay.
interesting. Can he do that? I think he's versatile.
I mean, I like the
I like Hancock.
I like the fact that he's a tackler. Um, he definitely does go. He definitely is not shy about going after the football.
Yeah.
We'll see what the Texans. So
But you know what? Even if we wanted to move him to safety, I like he's a solid press man. He's a solid press corner.
Texans took a quarterback.
Graham. Wow, Graham Mertz.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, he's a
kid from
trash.
Florida,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
what we
hate it.
thought about.
He's not terrible. He's not good either, though. He said, "Who's that?" The lady was like, "Who's that?" Oh, yeah, all right.
All right, 7 more spots. Come on, Green Bay, make your pick.
We're taking too goddamn long.
So I'm in this group. I'm not gonna put it out there where it is, but I'm in this group, and it's a Bills group or whatever, and so these guys are like, "Did we get a receiver?" And I'm like, "No, we didn't get a receiver." So we going into the season without a number one. We scored 30 plus a game last year. Clearly, we don't need a number one.
And clearly this team doesn't believe that we need it. I mean, dude, come on, man. Like, how many points do we need to give up in the playoffs for this team to realize? I mean, for this fan base to realize that the offense is not that big of it's not the issue.
It's not, and I just don't think. I don't know what people think. I think they saw. I don't know. I don't know what they saw, to be honest. Maybe they saw like Kincaid dropping a pass, and they're like, we need better. I don't know. Like, I think we've seen, and also like I don't understand people acting like we don't have any receivers. Like we have, like Tyrell Shavers took a fucking slant to the house last year against the Jets. Like I like Tyrell Shavers. He's been on this team for like 3-4 years at this point, and we paid Josh Palmer and Curtis Samuel. So like I don't know what. Like obviously I kind of want a receiver too, but like not that bad.
Oh, I hate to break it to some of you
Get
Bills
it.
fans, man. Like, we may not. I'm telling you, we may not take a receiver day 1 or day 2 next year. Like, there's a great chance. It's not like this.
I honestly I would much rather have a really good fucking defense than and only have to score like 20 points in the playoffs.
All right.
Than having to ask Josh Allen to go fucking score 30. Like, why do you want to do that? That's probably why he's been asked if you've not asked, but like been off the past few playoffs. He's like, I have to fucking go out there and score 30, else we're gonna lose. Like,
Yeah. If we can't get a deal, if we can't get a deal done with Cook, and we decide not to franchise tag him, running back might be the priority. That might be the priority entire.
I'm fine with that.
Right. But then you'll hear Bills fans complain, but we should have just paid Cook. We're subtracting weapons for Josh Allen again. I'm like, yeah, but well, whatever. It is what it is.
Nah, Tina, these my Buffalo Bill homies from around here in Jersey. So I always try to, talk to them and talk them off the ledge. They were talking about taking a receiver in round one. I'm like, bro, stop talking about taking a receiver when we can't get off the field against good teams. Stop.
we were terrible on third down last year. You know what's funny is though, because like we were actually like, pretty good against the run. Like everybody's talking about we're not gonna be able to stop the run now, but we were like pretty good against it last year, which is just kind of funny.
Courtney's official ambassador has opened a new world. Hey, now we get to hang out with technical fans all season long. Wait, what?
And there it is, man. Like you got Jeremy White complaining. You got Jeremy White. There it is, complaining about how we need,
He's been on wide receiver for like 4 years.
four plus years.
Like I can't keep arguing about the same stuff over and over. Like, if you guys don't want to watch the games, I'm fine with that. Like, that's fine. If you don't want to watch the game, that's fine.
Why would you not want to have a defense who is dominant and get the ball back to Josh Allen? Who can score more. You know what I mean? Like
I just don't get it. We had a number one receiver with Diggs, and Josh Allen threw for 29 touchdowns in 2023. Last year, with no wide receiver one, he had 28 passing touchdowns. Who cares? Like, bro, who cares? We're still scoring. We're scoring more. We scored more points last year than we did the year before. With all of them, with
did we
those
score
wide
the most?
receivers
Was
that
it the
you guys
most
love.
points ever, or was that in 2020 we had the most points?
I don't remember, bro, but I just can't
But
keep,
we scored 30 and like we had like a record like for like 8 straight games and shit like that.
Yeah.
The only thing this defense was good at last year was taking the ball away. That was it. And, like stopping the run.
Like we scored like
and you can't constantly rely on turnovers. Like you can't keep doing that. That's
exactly.
like
it's not sustainable. Like you cannot. That's not sustainable. Like we scored 29 against the Chiefs, but dude, like we failed two 2-point conversions. Like we should have scored over the 30 points over KC, and that was the number 2 defense in the league, right behind Kansas City, and it wasn't good enough to win. Because even if we would have scored that,
because the Chiefs scored 30 anyway, they were going to keep scoring.
Even if we would have scored that touchdown in that final drive, the Chiefs have a minute left with 2 timeouts. Are we confident that this defense stops Patrick Mahomes from scoring?
Not at all.
Like both times, like we they would have had the ball back with 2 timeouts.
I'd much rather have a defense that can get stops and have an offense that can't be stopped, because eventually you're gonna get stopped. Like their defense is just too good in the NFL. Like everybody thought the fucking Lions offense was unstoppable until they got blown out. Like
I mean, well, they turned the ball over a lot. Like that, their problem was they turned it over like crazy. Oh, Kobe King went to the Vikings. Solid pick. They paired him with what's the old boy name that they got over there? The little guy, 5'10".
Murphy?
No, the linebacker, the guy is like five. He's like 5'10". He's really good though.
Talking about the
Um,
Vikings. Okay. Some reason, the only linebacker I think from the Vikings is
Oh, Ivan Pace. Ivan
oh
Pace.
yeah.
Ivan Pace Jr. Yep, there you go.
He was mocked to the Bills when he was
Yeah,
drafted, I think.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, that was not. I'm glad we didn't get him. He can play though. I'm not. I'm not saying he can't play. He can definitely play. They took Terry Ingram Graham from
Georgia.
yeah, Gavin Bartholomew. They took a tight end. All right.
Yeah, the Vikings.
Wow, Ajante West there went over Jimmy Horn. It's crazy.
Aren't the other
How do
both?
you
I
guys
think
feel
isn't
about
it?
Maxwell? Um,
I don't know that. I mean, I really want to trade Amos, but I'm not not excited to see Maxwell Harris on the field.
yeah, I think from a uh from like a day one impact starter, you know, small learning curve, perfect like hand and glove fit. Trey Amos was that guy. Um,
I heard somebody say that Amos had the higher floor,
yeah,
but
and
Maxwell
I
has the
don't
higher ceiling. I don't know if I
I
agree
don't
with that.
necessarily agree with that. I think there's bigger bust potential out of Maxwell Harrison, but that speed is legit. Like I mean,
I think in this system though, the way we play coverage and stuff, I think his I think he'll be good. I think that's why they really
yeah,
like him.
I don't think Amos. I don't think Cowboys picked up the tackle from Oregon. It's a lot later than I expected. He didn't have a great year either, but yeah, Ajane Cornelius was it's all right. Right tackle. So I mean the Cowboys are beefing their lineup. Gotta love it. But Trey Amos, like I think Trey Amos, I think he would have been similar to what we have with Bedford. Just a guy that's an elite technician, cover guy that really doesn't give up a ton of separation, makes every throw really, really hard. Um, Good in coming down against the run. However, the ability to take the ball away, not as much. Hampton is a guy that if you are late,
He's gonna
he's
get
gonna take it
there.
away.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Even if you think your guy's open, Harrison's probably still gonna get there and take that football away. So
And also
I
this
worry about
defense.
the tackling. I worry about the tackling. I worry about the ability to come down in the run game and consistently make stops out in space. But the Bills are gonna coach that out. Are they gonna? I guess they're gonna coach that up.
Also, this team needed. We lack
Ooh.
speed. This defense, especially the defensive backs, lacked a little bit of speed. I think we needed some of that.
Yeah, I mean Alfred Collins makes a lot of sense. I do think Deion Walker has a higher upside than Alfred Collins. Like if you I think the best out of Alfred Collins is going to be good. The best out of Deion Walker is like
Exceptional.
Chris Jones. Yeah, like if you get the most out of him, out of Deion Walker, you're talking about you know top 5 defensive tackle in the league.
Especially at that size.
Right. He's so good at getting off of blocks, so that's why I like him a lot. Um, and he's a big human. So I don't know, man. But I was actually hoping we took Tyleek Williams in the first, and then we got him. Yeah, the back injury is why I'm not like tripping over it because this past year he didn't look as good as he looked the year before, but that injury clearly, I mean, I guess it was the reason. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, he's on the right team. He's going to get an opportunity to do what he's best at, which is um, go after the quarterback. Wow, Jordan Hancock, 9.82 RAS,
Yep.
4.45
He's a
Yep.
freak.
40,
Yep. He's a
41.5-inch vertical. Yikes.
He's a faster version of Cam Lewis.
Yeah. 6'1" and bigger. 6'1", 195,
Mm-hmm.
14 bench reps. It's pretty good. 14 bench reps, 225.
Yep. He doesn't do
Yeah.
anything spectacular, but he's just like he's a role player. He can do any role you ask him to.
Yeah. He's probably going to come in and immediately play special teams. Is he our new
Could he?
Saran Neal?
Yeah. Could he be our
Just
gunner?
actually good?
He can actually like do other things on defense.
Yeah. Yeah, folks. You know, some of y'all listen to people who said uh Saran Neal was the Travis Kelsey stop. I don't know why he did that. Some of you guys listen to people who said Quentin Morris was Antonio Gates Jr. You shouldn't have did that. Don't listen to those people. Kane Madrano, good pick by the Commanders. Linebacker, UCLA. Guys, we're getting close. I think we're gonna see Sean Dolak come off the board now.
Yep. Pick is in. The pick is in.
It's gotta be Sean Dolak, man. It's gotta be.
Nope. It's Chase Lunt, the UConn tackle.
Really?
Oh, they didn't go guard there.
It is Chase Lunt. Yep. 6'7", 304. 304. But then why wouldn't you just take Cameron? Oh, whatever. I mean, what is what it is. But why wouldn't you just take Cameron Williams? But whatever. I mean, I get it. He's 6'7". He doesn't have that 330-pound, sort of size or 20-pound size like a Spencer Brown. But he's gonna be the backup if he makes the roster behind Spencer Brown. He's a right tackle. It's a true right tackle. So
Does this mean we're going to not keep Vandermark?
maybe
Another UConn
Maybe.
right tackle.
we also could move him to guard because he's got short arms. So we could move him inside the guard. I think he's a true right tackle, but you could move him inside the guard. Have a 6'8", have a 6'7"
True.
front. I think he also had a really, really good RAS score as well. I'm gonna have to look that up, but I think his RAS score was very well.
Here we go
You
right
know
now.
that's what the Bills are doing now. Like if your RAS score is 9 or better, you got a
They're
great
like,
shot.
come to Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about this earlier,
This
Albert.
this is a Cromer pick.
Yeah, bro. Omar Norman Lott and Jalen Royals going to the Chiefs is like I don't
Very,
know.
very annoying.
I mean, listen, we took 36 corners today, so we're ready for this.
We're built for this
I mean,
now.
you know, and the offensive line is fine. Like we got Josh doesn't get sacked. We've got one of the best offensive lines in football. Josh doesn't really get sacked that much, so I think we're good.
Chase Long looks pretty good. Watching some tape from him now. Looks pretty well for.
Obi King, I liked him too. Come on, Sean Dolak, pick. When do we pick again?
Seventh round, like late in the 7th round. Yep, we pick him 240, so 24th in the 7th round. And then of course the Eagles take Cameron Williams. Of course the Eagles take Cameron Williams a pick later. Of course.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, if Cromer likes him, then I ain't gonna complain. But I ain't gonna lie, Cameron Williams is. If he just wanted the better player, the more nastier road grader type, I think Cameron Williams was that guy. But Lunt is a pass blocker, so he's the opposite of what Brown is, but he's more of a pass blocker. He has I think he has a really, really good RAS score. 6'7". So and
We must have done a lot of scouting out there in the Northeast, huh?
yeah. I just wonder if they're going to move him inside the guard because we don't. I wonder if they're going to potentially push him inside there because he actually can move like really well. So I'm interested if they're willing to push him inside the guard. Maybe have like a Tyler Grable sort of impact.
They could. I mean, I could see Cromer. Cromer is a wizard when it comes to offensive line, so
Right.
they might figure out something to do with that. He allowed 0 sacks and 1.3% of pressures. Fluid, functional athleticism. Apparently, he has
All about
small
protecting
arms.
Josh.
He got his arms are 33 inches.
That's not bad.
Not bad, but for a tackle, yes.
I mean, you want 34, but like 33 is like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are really like we keep going back to the same schools, man.
Yeah, we have
Kentucky, Virginia. I think
like we
Ohio
got
State.
like,
I think the farthest one south is what, South Carolina?
Kentucky, South Carolina. I mean, Kentucky's in Louisville. But yeah, South Carolina probably will be the farthest. Yeah.
UConn.
Yep, UConn's northeast.
I mean, it makes sense. We're out here in the Northeast.
Right now, spring deals are under $20 at the Home Depot. So no matter what you're working on, you can save big on all your spring projects.
I just noticed we took 4 straight SEC players.
Yeah. We're about to be Kentucky.
And when in doubt, man, that's what you got to do, bro. That's what you got to do. When in doubt, you go get the guys from the best conference in football.
Look, good thing is Chase Long looks big, white. That's why my offensive lineman.
You said that's how you like your offensive lineman?
Yeah,
Wow.
big, white, and racist.
Oh,
you gotta be.
Jesus. Wow.
If they're not living in a
Look at
trailer,
Spencer. Look at Spencer Brown, dog.
if they're not living in a trailer park, I don't want them.
Spencer Brown grew
I
up in a
mean,
farm in Iowa.
his RAS was not that crazy though, guys.
It's not that crazy.
What is
He had a
it?
good 10-yard split. Arm length is a shade under. It was 32.63. Only 20 reps on the bench. Whatever. He can play. If he can play, he can play. That's it.
Get him with Cromer. That's all I care about. I don't know. People really don't like this Deion Walker pick. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, because they wanted a receiver.
Yeah, but like,
It's just-
okay.
I was curious about that too. I'm like, okay, why do people not like Deion Walker? Then I'm just looking at the feed. It's like, oh, why didn't we take this receiver? Jalen Royals was there, or some like there it is. They just want more offensive weapons for Josh.
Who did we take in the 2023 draft? First round pick in the 23 draft.
Didn't have one. Traded it.
Nope. Keon Coleman
Yeah.
was our first.
And then what?
Second
Cole
round pick
Bishop.
was Bishop. Yeah.
And then Carter. And then Ray Davis.
Yep.
And then I don't
I mean,
remember.
the dog, like, you're not. Well, first off,
Yeah, we literally drafted Keon Coleman last year. Like, why actually we don't have any receivers? People just like to shit on Keon Coleman. I don't know why. You have Shakir, Keon, Curtis Samuel, Josh Palmer, Knox, Kincaid, James Cook, Ty Johnson, Ray Davis. Like, it's not like we don't have any offensive weapons.
guys, I promise you, we're gonna be fine.
Well, the Eagles took Antoine, but the Eagles are having a really good draft.
They took out a kid from VTech,
Yeah,
Antoine Powell Riley. Yeah.
yeah,
The rich keep getting richer, man. It's a
that's
good
their
pickup.
that's basically the Javon Solomon.
Oh, we also have
They're gonna.
LaVisca Chenault.
Did they get
Forgot
rid
about
of
that.
Bryce Huff yet?
No, he's still there.
Not for long.
Yeah, people act like we also don't have. We don't have James Cook. We don't have tight ends. We don't have the best offensive line in the fucking and like in the AFC. Basically, like what are we doing here, people? People shitting on Josh Palmer must not have watched him. I guess not. Like Eric Turner shitting on Deion Walker. So is Air Raid.
They're doing what?
They're shitting on Deion Walker and also taking Dorian Strong.
I don't care.
I love Dorian Strong.
Who Aeneas Peebles. He comes Pebles. He goes to Baltimore.
Yeah, well, he's whatever. He's no Ed Oliver. So
Yo, that Chase Lund guy said he was getting prank calls before you. Like, is that a thing? Why would you call somebody if you're like? That's like the third time I've seen that happening. We're like, oh, I thought it was a prank call. People were tweeting what wide receivers are left on the market. Like, do you really want DJ Shark on this team? I don't. People are calling Chase Lund a steal. I like it.
what?
He's a good pass blocker. Not like he played against crap competition too, man. He played against a lot of ACC teams. Played against UB too. I think that's exactly why I think they were at that UB game.
Yeah, you come. He be moving a little bit. I'll give him that.
Yeah. I can't, yo. Restrepo and Martinez are still on the board.
What's wrong with Restrepo? Is he just because he's like not fast?
Like, he's
I,
at
Or
like
he's
a
just
4.8
yeah,
something in that
I,
40.
he's
Like,
also
they,
he's also like just slot. Like he's not really versatile.
yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, Martinez still on the board. Josiah Alexander he may go undrafted. He's still there. Jared Ivey's still there.
I'm surprised Jared Ivey's still there. I, wow. Like, nobody, there's no 3-4 spot for him. Weird.
There's so many box safeties.
That's the problem.
So many box safeties still available on the board. See, this is what I was trying to tell some people earlier, man. That
Oh,
kid
Jimmy Horn went to the Panthers. Okay.
start taking some more box safeties. Like, no, we don't, man. Like the NFL does. We don't. It's not a coveted position.
People want more coverage skills than
Yes, like you want players who can potentially cover the deep third.
us having Micah High for like 7 years made us forget that like how important that shit is because he just took everything away, man.
They take, oh, they're doing showing Cameron. No, it's the Cardinals. They take
Hayden
Hayden
Connor.
Connor. Yeah.
All right, I'm about to be out here for a bit. Run to the store real quick. Might be back on later.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna shut it down, man. I want to wait. Let me see. First. Let me check and see how many more picks we got because
We got a
I'm getting
minute.
tired of the draft now.
We got a minute before we get picked.
Yeah, we're in the
Are
long
we still in
haul.
the sixth round? Oh
We
my
didn't pick to the
gosh! One,
seventh.
two, three, four, five. Got five more picks left in the sixth.
And I think we picked
Plus,
24 in the seventh.
oh yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's a repeat of last year where we look at our receiver room, say it's bad, then waste pick on the free agent. We need to get ahead of it this year. No, we already, Albert, man, we went and brought in a receiver already. We normally go into the season with five receivers. We had five receivers last year. We didn't carry six. We don't carry six because we don't carry six anymore because we carry an extra
Tight end. Oh
well
no, line.
lineman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, lineman.
So I don't think that we're gonna carry I don't think we're gonna carry more than five wide receivers. But even if we do, um LaVisca Chenault and Tyrell Shavers, like that's your wide receiver five, your wide receiver six. Shavers can give you something on the boundary and in the slot. Um,
And Chanel used to be good.
well, yeah, Chenault's there for special teams.
Yeah,
Chenault and Shavers are going to be gunners on special teams. You'll have, you know what?
Hancock.
Yeah, well, yeah, Hancock will be a gunner probably. I don't know that Codrington makes the roster. Probably will, but I'm not 100% sure that he
You
makes
think
the
they go
roster.
Chanel for punt, uh, and then Cotton for
Yeah,
kick?
yeah,
Because
probably.
I like
Because I
Cotton.
didn't
Like
like,
he was electric.
yeah, I didn't like Codrington on punt returns. I liked him
Kick return though.
in kick returns. Yeah, but we're gonna get. We're gonna shut this down. I'm gonna shut this down. We went all the way from the middle of the fourth to the end of the sixth.
Yeah.
There's still probably another good hour left in this draft. I'm gonna jump off. Um, Appreciate everybody that came through. Nordica, thank you. Jarek, James, Andrew, Tone, everybody that pulled up, Beyond, my co-host. Thank you to the Duke champions, all the good folks there. Student, Matt, Pat, uh, Neffy, all the guys, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Go Bills. We're gonna
Go
shut.
Bills.
We're gonna shut this thing down. We need an outro. Where's the outro? We don't have one, so I'm just gonna roll like this. Appreciate y'all. Go Bills.